Plus pregame show. I am Ray Coleman, and at this time, I'm going to bring in my main man, the infamous one, Jay White. Jay White, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you on this
Good,
Friday evening?
Doing well, doing well.
This is like we're going on a week solid of football weather,
right?
Or the fall.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. It feels good to be outside.
Yes, it does. Although we are inside,
but we're in a press box.
But it's okay. But we can feel the football weather in the air, folks. A beautiful night here in the city of Glucks. That is the Mavericks host our Clinton Arrows. Clinton got their first district win of the season last week.
They did. Yep. last year one time
versus the Murrah Mustangs on homecoming, a 30-0 defeat at home. So we got that done. Jay White. Another awesome opportunity to get another win in a tough Region 2-6A tonight.
It is, but this game is going to be, I think, uniquely different than that Murrah game in that Germantown has some really athletic players.
Absolutely.
And they have the coaching staff. No offense to the Murrah coaching staff, but Germantown has the resources to have the coaches to know how to put the guys, offensively anyway, in a position to be successful, or at least try to be anyway. So I think Germantown's going to get some of theirs tonight. But I think Clinton's going to score a bunch tonight, and it'll be the opposite of last week where Murrah played that Murrah game. You know, the week before, Murrah was down 10-0 to Madison Central at halftime. You look at that score, and you're like, huh? And then last week they were down 10-0 to us at halftime. And it's not necessarily a reflection of Murrah's strength. It's more a reflection of the style that they play and drag you down into. Whereas that one was kind of a game that got stuck in the muckety-muck, as we expected. I think this one's going to be a little bit more of a track meet. And I think Germantown has a suspect defense. Offensively, I think they were ready for that jump to 6A.
Sure.
At least to a certain extent. They got some great running backs that we'll talk about in a minute. Passing has been not what they want out of it yet. They didn't do. They were 1 for 8 for 3 yards against us last year. But defensively, I think their unit defensively was nowhere close to being ready for the jump to 6A. I don't know if they moved quickly up the charts.
Sure.
Faster and higher than Ridgeland did. If you'll recall, Ridgeland moved quickly up, but they kind of stalled, at least from a enrollment situation at 5A. Germantown shot all the way up to 6A here, and I think it's a little faster than maybe even they anticipated. So, I mean, this Clinton game is the fourth of a 4-game stretch that, I mean, I wouldn't wish on anybody. Their district games that they've played so far, let's see here. Am I looking at last year's? No, here it is. Warren Central at Starkville, South Panola at home, and now Clinton at home.
How about that?
That's a rough stretch of 4. That's a rough month.
Absolutely.
To have to go through. After this, though, they'll have at Greenville and at Murrah at the end, a Madison Central game squished in between there. So it's likely that greener days are ahead. But these guys, they have some skilled players. They can score some points. And so I think Clinton just can't come in here and try to, sleepwalk through this game. I think Clinton's got to take care of business. I would love to see us see what we could do with the vertical passing game a little bit more. I thought we had an opportunity to do that against Murrah. We chose not to. We kind of stuck to what brought us to the dance. But we're in this beautiful stadium
Absolutely.
Here. And this place, it's so funny. If you've lived in this town, for 15 or 20 years. I mean, 20 years ago, this is a forest out
Absolutely,
here,
yeah.
And now it's like this bustling, the fastest growing part of town. You can see the lights of the Nissan plant off to the left over here, and you can see the city growing to the right. All these lights and these exits and these gas stations and neighborhoods, everything that's popping up, and all this commerce. It's wild. This is a great scene that they've got with this school, and the way they've built their athletic facilities is awesome. The baseball field right across from us here. So this is a great atmosphere. They got a great crowd. There was a bunch of great tailgating over here. I love the way their field house is set up. So I'm excited for the game tonight. Did I answer your question?
You did answer my question, and then some. And you heard Jay White mention it, the ground game. Kind of similar to the Clinton Arrow ground game as well, where you're going to see multiple guys carry the rock for the Germantown Mavericks. Nick Barnes, the junior running back, 5'8", 186. And then you got Branson Robinson, a sophomore running back, 5'10", 204. Jay, and for the folks who remember last year's matchup between the Mavericks and the Arrows, those two, each one of them had over 150 yards rushing in last year's matchup versus the Clinton Arrows. So these guys can absolutely pound the rock.
Well, you said Barnes, you had him at 5'8", 186. Well, he's grown an inch and gained 4 pounds, according to the Germantown
there it is.
roster that I have here. So he's been working out, stretching it a little bit. So, yeah, he's last year they had success getting out into some space even though they kind of played from behind most all of the game. 42-14 was the score. Clinton won, kind of going away there. But as you mentioned, Barnes ran 31 times for 172 yards and a touchdown, 5.5 a carry. And then Robinson, who was a freshman last year, 13 carries for 136, 10.5 a carry and a touchdown, and a long of 70. So that's a big chunk of that came in one play. A lot of this when they were significantly behind, and Clinton can play a little bit more of a, not a prevent, but a little bit more fail-safe type of defense as opposed to, your aggressive on-edge defense when you're in the middle of a tight game. So there's a little bit of why those stats were dictated the way they were. But they're two really good players. I just remember us being so impressed with Robinson as a freshman last year, thinking, man, whoever they play in that 5A district next year, it's going to be trouble for them. And it turns out it's a 6A district, and it's us.
How about
that's
that?
That's going to have to deal with him this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, the Bank Plus pregame show, of course, we want to acknowledge and thank our sponsor, Bank Plus. Visit their 3 Clinton locations on Clinton Boulevard, West Cynthia Street, and Johnston Place. Bank Plus, you know the slogan, more than a name. It is a promise. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have your home, specialty, and apparel starting lineups. You stay with us, folks. Inside the Bank Plus pregame show, live from the city of Gluckstadt. Kickoff coming in just a few minutes between the Germantown Mavericks and your Clinton Arrows, folks. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
You made a promise to your community, and Bank Plus stands beside you. It's a shared promise to lend a hand, to build, to work, to invest yourself, to make a difference. You made a promise, and so did we. To Mississippi, to each other. Bank Plus. It's more than a name, it's a promise. Member FDIC.
Your Clinton Arrows, and we are going to pause
At this time,
for just a moment for the
join
playing
us
of the
for a
national
moment of silence.
anthem.
to honor the men and women who have fought and are fighting today for America and the freedoms that we enjoy. And in special honor, the men and women of Madison County's law enforcement and first responders communities. Following the moment of silence, we will welcome Germantown High School Junior Legacy member Sam Owen Jones as he will be singing God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. And now, as played by our Germantown High School All Superior Marching Band, this is our national anthem.
right, that's your national anthem played by the Germantown High School Band. And from there, we'll go right into the starting lineups brought to you by Home Specialty and Apparel, located at 120 East Northside Drive in Clinton. Home Specialty and Apparel has all of your apparel needs. Their slogan in promoting your business is important to you. Helping you is important to us. For the Clinton Arrows, on defense, runner 3-4, defensive end Jabril Woodall, a junior, will wear number 91. The nose tackle, Micah Gibbs, making the start tonight. Senior wears number 94. DeAndre Cabot, number 90. That defensive line had a huge game last week versus the Murrah Mustangs. The junior wears number 90. Taiwan Alexander at the outside linebacker spot. The sophomore wears number 31. The other outside linebacker will be Robin Gray. The junior wears number 8. Inside linebackers are Antonio Thompson, number 6, the junior, and Dante Tripp, the senior, wears number 4. Chase Moore and Jamarie Briscoe, 14 and 13 respectively on their jerseys. Jeremy Mack wears number 2. He's a junior. Tyler Harris, the strong safety, wears number 23, junior as well. And the punting duties will go to Robin Gray. On the offensive side of the ball, Jacoby McLaurin will not make the start tonight, as I just saw him on the field, so we'll see who'll be filling in for number 72 tonight. Deshaun Leonard, number 55, the sophomore, will make the start at left guard. Center, Ja'Cory Cabot wears number 54. He, too, is a sophomore. Right guard, Adrian Dennis, number 73, Dennis is a senior. Right tackle Roddy Pope rounding out that offensive line, number 79. He is a sophomore as well. Tight end is Chris McLaurin, the junior, wears number 84. Wide receiver Carson DeYoung wears number 7. He's a junior. Wide receiver Michael Hughes, a junior, wears number 12. In the backfield, running back Jacoby Calvin, number 20, is the freshman. Jeremy Mack, that man again, wears number 2. He is a junior. And the quarterback tonight will be none other than Caleb Miller, number 18, junior. Kicking duties belong to Carson Barefoot, number 30, junior, for your Clinton Arrows. That's your home specialty and apparel. Starting lineups, Jay White.
And Dante Tripp was one of the captains tonight, along with a guy whose number I can't see. But we won the toss and deferred to the second half. So we'll kick off, and Germantown will have the ball first. And here is their lineup, starting with their offense. At left tackle is number 65, Aubrey Grace. At left guard is number 7, Hunter Eldridge. At center, number 76, Connor Shook. The right guard is number 56, Dwayne Luby. The right tackle is number 59, Jacob Greenwood. And there in front of the quarterback, number 18, Colton Gardner. Behind him is running backs number 9, Nick Barnes, and number 22, Branson Robinson. As we mentioned in the pregame, both went over 130 and a touchdown against Clinton last year.
Oh, yeah.
Their tight ends, Bobby Thompson, number 53. That's a fun name, a fun number for a tight end. And number 94, the Thunderback, Montario Walker.
The Thunderback, how about that?
That's right. And then their receivers, the ex-receiver is Taekwon Wade, number 10. He's backed up by Jarrett Wade, number 14. O.J. Francis is the Z receiver. He's number 3. And the A receiver is Cole Burton, number 17. I think the Z receiver is exactly what it is.
Absolutely.
On defense for the Mavericks, it's number 50, Montarius Walker. At left end, the tackle is number 40, Tyrese Fields. Also at tackle is Xavier Harris, number 51. The right end is Chris Sanders, number 93. Their linebackers go like this. The Sam linebacker is 43, Devin Arrington. Number 44, Luke Larry, is the Mike linebacker. And the Will linebacker is number 1, John Lewis. There is no Cliff linebacker, though. They should have one, him or Dale, one or the other. Secondary at left corner is Arrington Robinson, number 4. Over on the right side is number 7, A.J. Edwards. The safeties are Quay Thompson, number 5, and Tysheed Anderson is the free safety, number 19. Their kickers and punters look like this. Dylan Wasson is the kicker and punter, and he's number 49. Long snapper is Connor Shook, number 76. And that's the lineup, offense and defense for the Mavericks, who are clad in black tops and black bottoms, white shoes and white helmets with the very Grambling, Georgia, Green Bay-like G, although not exactly the same. Clinton is white tops, black bottoms, red helmets. It's an interesting combination.
It's a good look, though.
They do have those silver numbers on those white tops, so it's going to be almost impossible to see those, as we are 6 miles away from the field here in this press box. And so we'll have to lean heavily on the real Chris Collins.
On the real Chris Collins, indeed. And we're going to have to depend on Todd to move in those binoculars. Chris Collins, how you doing tonight, man? That well, I see. He's doing that well tonight, folks. We're going to get back with him in just a minute just to make sure he's good to go. Kickoff about to take place here as Carson Barefoot puts the boot to it. Deep kick, fielded at the 5. Going left to right on your listening device. The return man going off to his right, lowering his shoulder, and he'll pick up the 25-yard line, and that's where they will start their drive, the Germantown Mavericks.
And again, Dante Tripp and Chase Moore among the arrows in that tackle right there.
Hey, new microphone, who this?
There it is, Chris Collins on the sideline. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Beautiful night. Awesome football weather.
Absolutely.
Awesome football weather indeed. All right, 1st and 10 for the Germantown Mavericks. They will start on their own 25-yard line, once again going left to right on your radio or listening device.
Still blown away at this scene, man. It's a beautiful place.
Absolutely. I got the baseball field all lit up in the background. Beautiful campus here at Germantown High School. Handoff goes to the running back, John Lewis, to start things off.
Hello, fumble.
And ball on the deck. And let's see if the Arrows were able to pick it up.
I think
I
they
believe
did.
they did. A fumble on the first play by the Germantown Mavericks, and Clinton.
Jeremy
Mack with that fumble recovery. And that's the way you want to get started if you're the Clinton Arrows.
Good grief. That's a nightmare start if you're Germantown. You get the ball first, and you turn it over on the first play. I think that was
that was John Lewis, the running back, on that carry.
Right. I want to say I thought it was number 1, DeAndre Kelly, who was over there to cause the fumble. I may have been wrong about that, but Wow.
So you want to talk about great starting field position. Let's go inside the 30.
Now here we go.
Power formation
let's
here.
see if we get aggressive right off the bat.
All right, but a little bit of audible going on here, and they go from a tight formation to 4 wide. Caleb Miller takes the shotgun snap, throws it high, man open. Jeremy Mack catches it, falling forward, touchdown on the first play of the game for your Clinton Arrows.
Wow. They did go aggressive. Boy, I mean, talk about pulling out the tricks on the first play of the game.
I'm speechless.
Judd, they started in their normal wing, their flex bone set.
Right.
4 guys. It was like the Canadian Football League. 4 guys went into motion at once. They went empty backfield, 2 wide on each side. Have we seen Clinton with an empty backfield in 2.5 years?
You have not. You have not. As Carson Barefoot puts the boot to it, it is up and it is good. And folks, just like that, with less than 30 seconds off the clock, the Clinton Arrows strike first in this one. They lead Germantown 7-0. We'll take a commercial break. You stay with us, folks. You are listening to and watching Clinton Arrow football.
Do you want to make a professional appearance at community and corporate events? Home Specialty and Apparel can help. Travel wear, casual apparel, polos, dress shirts, outerwear, caps, totes, garment bags, and more, all embroidered with your logo. Call Derek or Jared at 601-925-1353 to schedule your corporate consultation or visit our showroom. Make your best first impression with apparel from Home Specialty and Apparel, 120 East Northside Drive in Clinton. Call 601-925-1353. That's 601-925-1353. The
broadcast, by the way, your WJNT player of the game, none other than Jeremy Mack.
It's over.
It won't even be close, folks. He recovered the fumble on Germantown's first play of the game, and then he catches the touchdown on the first offensive play of the game for our Arrows, and we're up 7-0 as the next ensuing kickoff goes. The return man putting together some good yardage here for the Germantown Mavericks. That is Javian Francis, who gets it out to about the 26-yard line, and they'll start another drive.
So we scored that touchdown with 11:33 to go in the first. So that's Jeremy had a fumble recovery and a touchdown catch in the first 27 seconds of the game. That's a pretty good half minute of work right there.
Not bad at all.
I tell you, it's really important, and maybe Chris wants to talk about this. Germantown has some great skill players. If they can kind of, get us into a shootout, that would be the way that they possibly could have some success tonight. But that's a great start for us.
Quick toss goes to Lewis again. He does not fumble this time, and in fact picks up 10 yards on the play. That's a first down.
We've been hampered by so many bad starts and missteps right out of the gate. To have that kind of start is super essential for the Arrows tonight.
Well, getting an opportunity to start not being behind is awfully nice. There's no doubt, and let's see what that does to Germantown's makeup right here. It's going to change their approach to this game certainly, but it's like you touched on. They have a lot of really good athletes. We're just going to have to get them off the field and take over the time clock.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for Germantown. They're going with the pro set. Quick pitch over to Lewis around the right side. Jukes back inside, picks up 5 yards on the play.
The first 3 plays that they've run, including the one they fumbled, sweeps to the outside. I think it's essential. I mean, they are going to have no kind of luck. Nobody has had luck running up the middle against us this year. And I think this is what they do. They kind of run a pro style. And if you keep running these sweeps to the outside, that's where you can string Clinton's defense out a little bit and kind of quickly move yourself around the edge of where we're so strong on defense.
3 tight ends, 2 running backs. Handoff again goes to Lewis. Lewis falling forward and picking up another 4 or 5. Very close to that first down marker. They're going to say he's maybe half a yard shy. Never mind, first down, Germantown.
And that.
I think they're going to keep trying to push these sides like this with this run game, pull everybody up nice and tight, so maybe they can start popping some screens on us early too.
John Lewis is listed as an athlete on their roster. He goes 6'3", 220 pounds, and he looks it. He's a big kid. Pro set again. Strength to the right, toss to the right. Lewis looking for the edge, and great tackle there by Jeremy Mack coming down.
There he goes again.
On a beeline, only allowing 1 yard on that play.
There goes that man, number 2. In the black and white and red there.
The carry, gain of a yard, tackled by Mack.
Chris mentioned the passing game. Maybe, getting some screens, maybe getting some tailbacks, out on the edge and throwing that way. I mentioned in the pregame they were 1 for 8 against us passing last year for 3 yards. Passing has been a sore spot again for them this year. I'll give you some stats on the season for them in just a minute.
Tight formation here, one long receiver. Going with the pass. Quarterback rolling out to his left, looking deep, throwing deep, has a man. Number 13 reaching for it, almost picked off by Chase Moore.
And then almost caught.
And then almost caught right after that. DeQuante Peoples was the intended receiver. Colton Gardner, the quarterback, put it out there, but just underthrew 13. And an incomplete will force 3rd and long for the Mavericks.
Well, Peoples almost picked up an easy tip pass right there. I mean, that would have been – that was great coverage on our part. I'll give us that.
Chase did a great job catching up on that one right there.
Did.
Him and Jamari Briscoe from the other side both came a long way back to get to that one, just in time.
So 3rd and 9, trips to the right. Quarterback back to pass, looking to his right, throws a strike, but overshoots his receiver. Gardner put some zip on that one, but just out of the reach of his intended receiver. 4th down.
There you go. He's 0 for 2. I like that they're showing off his arm. They're showcasing his arm for everybody. On the season, Gardner is 77 for 167 for 773 yards, but that's a 46% completion percentage, which is kind of below where you want to be. You want to be a little bit better than that.
I doubt very seriously Coach Shremick wants to rely on his passing game to have a chance at this game. He's going to keep trying to spread us wide, but he's going to open up these little quick dinks and dunk type passing game. He might be a lot more successful at that.
What a phenomenal punt. E.J. Mason bobbles this one. And now he's got to get it out of the end zone. Starts off racing. Thank goodness he gets it out. He's at the 10 now. At the 20, he's got a man in front of him.
Did he step out of bounds?
Did he step out of bounds? The play was stopped.
Way back at the 11.
Stepped out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and I don't think he intended – well, he obviously didn't intend to do it because he had blockers in front of him.
I wonder if he thought he was going to have a touchback in the end zone right there, and somebody yelled at him, "Hey, dude.
You got to bring that out. You touched it. You muffed the punt. That is now a live ball."
He was rather cavalier about it, as you will.
And yet somehow he was almost able to take it the distance, Jay. Had he not stepped out.
Not the 11. I guess they marked him at the 20. I guess if he touched it in the end zone, right? That's what it is. That's what we're talking about?
Yeah.
If the returner touches it in the end zone, it's an automatic dead ball.
Yeah, they didn't treat it as a muff because he never went out of bounds. I mean,
okay.
He was.
So they're going to treat it as a touchback right here.
That is the rule. So, yeah.
All right, so there it is. So
but
first,
he duped me as well.
1st and 10 from the 20. Arrows moving right to left on your listening device. Pistol formation here for the Clinton Arrows. Miller takes it, hands it off to Jacoby Calvin, the freshman. And he's going to fall forward, picking up 5 yards on the play. Nice start to this drive.
8.5 minutes left in this one. 7-0 Clinton. They've stopped Germantown on a couple of possessions.
Scratch that. That's Montavious Warren on the carry. Number 22, Montavious Warren.
So we've had one possession. We scored on one play. So it'll be interesting to see how we pick up the pace right here. We had one passing play on that first possession. We'd like to see how we establish the offense.
This time the handoff goes to Jeremy Mack, and he will not pick up anything on that play, so it'll bring up 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 6 coming up here for Clinton Arrows.
There was some timing issues on that. I think everybody bumped into each other. Kind of threw our timing off. All right, 3rd and 6. We're going to send 19 guys in motion and throw it as far as we can, like we did last time.
Hey, it worked the first time.
I vote for that play anytime we can.
Arrows coming out with a little bit of a variation of their wing tee. Shotgun style with Montavious Warren. Jeremy Mack goes in motion. Caleb back to pass. Looking to throw to E.J. Mason. Throwing it high and over the defender and E.J., so that'll bring up 4th down.
E.J. had a chance to get open in space on that one, but they had pressure early, almost right off the bat, to their credit. And so Caleb just kind of had to chuck that one and get rid of it.
So Robin Gray will come out for the Arrows to punt this one away.
You fake right here? We hadn't faked a punt this year.
Back to receive is going to be Jared Wade, the sophomore for the Mavericks. Arrows moving all over the place to kind of try to draw the Germantown Mavericks offside. Gray puts the boot to a decent punt.
Did that touch one of their guys?
Takes a bad bounce, however. And the Arrows will down it. But, hey, Germantown has a great starting field position as they will start on the positive side of the field, the 49-yard line. 7:24 to play here in the opening quarter.
They're cooking hamburgers over there, man, and it's an intoxicating smell. We got 19 people in this booth. Can one of them go over there?
Actually, the Germantown Sports Information Director offered to send someone for us.
Are you serious?
He did. Now, it's not going to be free, Jay White. You gotta bring your own dime, but
we're media. Come on, media don't pay for food. That's why we do the job.
Misdirection here, but did not confuse the arrows. Credit that tackle to number 15.
Christopher Fowler.
Christopher Fowler on the play, coming in and
He
dropping him for a loss.
Almost had that belly-to-back suplex going right there.
Yeah, they delayed that a little bit, but once the ball carrier took the ball, he hesitated just long enough. You can't do that with the middle of our line.
That's right.
All right, so 2nd and 11 now.
They get good field position off the punt, and then on the first play they get behind the chain, so not good right there. Now they're in shotgun.
Shotgun formation for Germantown, 2 receivers to the left side. Colton looking to his left, throwing the quick slant, connects with his receiver, and that is Ojavian Francis, who picks up about 6-7 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd and short.
Is he the receiver?
I believe he is the receiver.
We're going to see a lot of that.
O.J. Francis is the receiver, the Z receiver.
Ball is spotted at the 45-yard line.
All right, so we're going to call it 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line. They need to get to the 40 for the first down.
I'd run a delay if I were them right here.
Colton Gardner has 3 receivers to his right.
Nah.
He's looking to his right, throwing to his right. The quick out to his receiver is incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you this, maybe one of the problems that they have with their throwing game is that Gardner so far, every time I've seen him throw, man, he stares his receiver down. I don't know, Chris, if you've noticed that. If they have some 3rd and longs, you know, later on, if we drop some guys off and kind of spy his eyes, I mean, this is one where we might could grab a couple of balls tonight.
He certainly never took his eye off the receiver. It was very, very easy to tell.
The last 2 plays in a row in that series that they threw, I mean, as soon as he got the ball, I mean, he locked in on his guy. So maybe, you know, maybe our safeties could pick up on that.
Well, I believe we're going to see a whole lot more of that little passing game, too, because the run game's not going to do it for him.
Punter bobbles the snap, and he has to run with it, and he's got some space. He has to get to the 40, reaching for it, and he goes out of bounds before he reaches the 40-yard line. Turnover on downs there.
What in the world? Man, oh, man, you got to.
The first down spot was the 40, and I don't know if the punter knew that because he went out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Hey, whatever the case, Clinton YMCA thanks you because that's a defensive turnover sponsor located at 400 Lindale Street in Clinton. They're open 7 days a week. You can dial 601-924-5812 for more information.
Can I say soccer player without anybody getting offended?
I'm offended already.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay,
you already said it. So
okay, well then I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
You've already said it now.
I don't know. Yeah, he had to not know that he was right there.
Clinton going back to tried and true power I formation coming up right here. And we got flags on the play, and so we will start this one over.
I think our tailback wiggled a little bit.
That was a little self-penalization right there.
Never heard that before. Self-penalization. What do we got here?
Dead ball foul.
No.
Offside.
How about that?
Against the defense. 5-yard
That's
penalty.
offsides against Germantown. Dr. Bobby Pankey thanks him. That penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Bobby Pankey over at Optical 2000, located on 115 Cynthia Road in Clinton. 1st and 5 now. Arrows near midfield. Power I formation. Quick pitch to Jeremy Mack around the left side. Breaks 1 tackle, picks up about 3 yards on the play down at midfield.
Dang, he had one of those plays where a guy just kind of like fell on him right at the end. Number 93 for them. Chris Sanders, 6'2", 245, just kind of plopped down on top of him. That's one of those things, man.
You know, we talk about this all the time. Caleb Miller was 10 yards downfield leading block for that.
Absolutely.
5, 4, 3.
All right, so 2nd and 3 here. 2nd and 3. Same formation. E.J. Mason, the lone receiver on the right side. And it looks like the Clinton Arrows drew Germantown offsides on this one. Let's see what the call is going to be.
Yep. Line judge said it. He pointed toward Germantown.
There it is.
They're saying some of their guys are pointing like maybe.
And so that will be an automatic first down. First down is brought to you by University Mississippi Medical Center. Their mission, of course, is to improve the health and well-being of patients and the community through excellent training for healthcare professionals, engagement in innovative medical research, and the delivery of state-of-the-art health care.
Jay, the irony of those guys on their side that were pointing like we had done it were the ones that jumped.
Right. That's always right. I didn't do it.
Play action coming out here. Caleb going deep. Got E.J. Mason. E.J. reaching for it and just out of his reach. Nice throw right there. Just timing a little bit off on 1st and 10.
Right, number 6.
Well, he let him out just a little too far right there.
It appeared that E.J. sped up at the end. Maybe if he started that route off full speed, he could have been right there for it to take us in for the second score of the game.
Well, I think some of it was he was adjusting to where the ball was. and he kind of had to, kick that extra gear in to try to get back to the ball a little bit. It was
went
thrown a
out-
little bit in toward the hash. Go ahead, Chris.
Went out when he should have gone in.
He zigged when he should have zagged.
2nd and 10 from the 45. Quick pitch to Jeremy Mack. Steps inside, and he will pick up about 4 yards on the play. Put his foot in the ground and made a man miss, per usual.
That Jeremy Mack sidestep, man.
Xavier Harris for the
I
Mavericks.
mean, you remember Mitch Richmond,
Yeah,
the UTEP two-step?
absolutely.
On the play.
Yeah.
All right, so we got less than 5 minutes now to play here in the opening quarter. Clinton leads Germantown 7-0. And do not adjust your volume. The loudspeaker is not inside the booth with us, but in fact, it's above us, so you can
sitting
hear
right on top of it.
everything that we hear. As 3rd down comes up, they need 8 yards. 8 yards on 3rd down to get the first. Shotgun formation here.
Uh-oh, more movement.
Got some laundry, and
Now
this
we
time,
did it this time.
this one will be going against Clinton. False start, and that'll back us up 5 yards. So 3rd and long coming up now for the Clinton Arrows.
Is a false start against the Arrows.
And we'll see what we have here. 3rd and long.
To the 47-yard line.
We've had 3rd and longs earlier this year against, some really high caliber teams. You kind of have to, I don't want to say be scared of what you call, but you have to be careful against good defenses.
Sure.
And I'm not trying to sit here and bag on Germantown's defense, but we're in a position in this game, I think, already up 7-0. A little bit more than halfway through the first, where we can be super aggressive in a 3rd and long call right here.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right side. Caleb back to pass, got pressure, rolling to his right, looking for a man, throws it downfield. And does EJ bring it in? He does, but he is a bit shy.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. Chris Collins got the better angle on the sideline
Man, it
there.
looked like he caught it. Again, I'm 4 miles away up here in the press box, but
He didn't.
Bringing up 4th down.
thanks, Chris.
Chris Collins wouldn't lie to us, folks.
Dr. Bobby C. Pinky approved that he did
That
not.
is our friend at Optical 2000. Chris Collins has been visiting Optical 2000, getting the clearer vision.
Well, that and it was 10 feet from me.
They just spotted the ball. Oh, wait, I don't know. What? They spotted the ball back at the – there you go.
Yeah, they had to make the correction.
They spotted the ball at the original line of scrimmage for the series. They forgot we lost a couple of yards right there.
So punt team out for the Clinton Arrows.
The Arrows.
Robin Gray ready to put the boot to it.
We're going to run a fake tonight.
1 man deep here. Robin puts it up. Good kick.
That is a good kick.
Rolls
Oh, what
right
good
by him, and a
roll.
great opportunity to down it inside the 5,
Oh,
and they
yes.
do, down at the 2-yard line. Great,
love it.
Great coverage there by the Clinton Arrow punt team.
Excellent coverage. Excellent special team work right there.
That was beautiful. Got the roll you need right there. Man, we got too much razzle-dazzle.
And surprisingly, Jeremy Mack was not involved in that.
Right. Man, every time we've run a punt tonight, which has been twice so far, we've had 92 guys going in 17 different directions. Lots of razzle-dazzle.
Hold your horses, because they call the legal procedure against the Clinton Arrows, so they'll have to punt that one again as they back it up another 5 yards.
Well, that's a tragedy.
Against the Clinton Arrows.
That was such a good punt. And good special teams work, like y'all mentioned. I got to mark that 5 from the...
That would be a 5-yard
There we go.
penalty, and they would repunt.
4:15 left to play here in the opening quarter. Clinton leading Germantown 7-0. Folks, we thank you for joining us alongside Jay White, Chris Collins on the sideline.
The punt team is huddling on the sideline.
Are
Are they getting some instruction right here? We've done a lot of razzle-dazzle on our punts so far. We're gonna get. I think we're getting a fake tonight. Collins, what you got?
No.
If we put the over/under on half a fake, you're taking the under.
Correct.
You just
Giving us a lot of those one-word answers tonight.
You just destroyed Jay White's soul. He was
we
so
go again.
He
All
was so
sorts-
excited about it. And another flag on the play,
Flag on the play.
as they will back Clinton up another 5 yards. So for the folks who are watching, they're seeing it. But for the folks who are listening to us on the radio, the punt team comes out and they're lined up tight. But before they snap, they're starting to break formation. Receivers are going out. Guys are dropping back to create another field level of blocking, if you will. And that is drawing an illegal procedure call every single time they do that. So now it is 4th and 100.
We did it the first time, and they didn't call anything.
And so here we go again.
That time
Receivers
just one-
move.
That time one guy moved.
Robin Gray puts the boot to it.
Man, oh
Great
man.
punt after decent penetration. And that one will be fielded, and the receiver will be brought down at the 21-yard line. Germantown will do their work at that point.
Who was that for Germantown? Number 14,
That is
Jared
Jared Wade.
Tell you what, you want to see the complete buzzkill of a coaching staff. Get 3 penalties on a punt.
Yeah.
Where it'll be good for the Henderman.
Yeah, that'll shake things up a little bit for sure.
Yeah, you don't want a negative net 15 from your punt team before you even put a foot on the ball. That's not a good start, but keep going.
All right, so we got some Wildcat action going here. Handoff goes to the receiver in motion, and it ain't working. He will be brought down after a minimal gain, a gain of 1 on the play.
Antonio Thompson was the first guy that met him right there.
John Lewis for Germantown, the Wildcat on that play, took a direct snap and handed it off to Ojavian Francis in motion.
Quite generous spot as well.
Yeah.
So that'll be 2nd and 9 now. They're going with the same formation, Wildcat John Lewis.
Wildcat John Lewis, okay.
Receiver goes in motion again. He does not pitch it. Lewis keeps it this time, lowers his shoulder, and he'll pick up maybe another yard or 2, but it will be 3rd and long coming up.
I think that was Thompson again. He was one of the guys there anyway.
Gain of a yard.
Man, we got some steady guys on defense this year, right?
Of course.
Our defense has some steady players.
The front 7 you can put up against anybody, man. Those kids have played and fought so hard this year. Last week, the defensive line just absolutely dominated the Merritt Mustangs. And here we have 3rd and long now with an opportunity to put some pressure.
Woo, these guys are.
And the laundry is back on the field.
Our refs are on commission tonight now. They're working commission. Bobby Pankey's just going to get. We're going to have to send him a bill by the time this game is over.
What's your over-under on flags thrown in the first quarter?
It's the offense.
Where are we at already? Like 19? We're at 11, right?
A bunch.
And so that will bring up 3rd and 12 now. 3rd and 12 from the 19-yard line. Colton Gardner back in the quarterback spot, looking to his right, throwing to his right, a good slant.
Oh, man.
And high over the receiver's head, Ojavian Francis, once again the intended receiver. He was wide open, just shot him.
I think our guy, Colton, he's trying to John Elway all these throws, right? He needs to just settle down a little bit.
QB's got happy feet big time on the snap. I mean, he's already taking 2 steps backwards before that snap's made. As soon as he gets that ball in his hands, he's just doing a daggone river dance back there trying to get rid of that thing.
River dance.
I'm willing to bet Colton Gardner's a baseball player. He's putting absolute zip on these passes.
Oh, no doubt.
Just throwing them a little high.
That's a couple of guys he's had open in space that he shot it over.
So the punt team is out. E.J. Mason and Jeremy Mack back to field it. Punter puts the boot to it. Jeremy looking like he wanted to get it, then changes his mind.
Oh, son, what are you doing?
And the Mavericks will down it at the 45-yard line. And so that's what we'll start doing our work with 2:33 left to play in the opening quarter.
Old Quavius Thompson for Germantown ran on down there, and on the first hop, he grabbed it up.
5 saved us 5.
At least. Oh, young man. Nice hustle getting down there, but.
So once again, good field position here for the Clinton Arrows.
All right, now we've played around for a little bit. What do you do here? You get back to the grindstone, right?
We're about to find out. 2 receivers to the right side, Michael Hughes and E.J. Mason. 2 running backs in the backfield with Caleb Miller. Caleb hands it off.
There we go.
Power football. That's what we're used to. And momentum still going. I believe that is Jacoby Calvin on the carry.
A couple of possessions with a bunch of lottie-dottie in it. Now we need more points on the board.
Freshman picks up 7 yards on the play. Montavious Warren and Jacoby Calvin are in the backfield with Caleb Miller on this drive.
3 yards to gain.
Man, those hamburgers, it's murdering me in here.
Pistol formation, same formation as before. Caleb takes the handoff, again goes to Calvin. Calvin will be stopped and actually backed up for a loss of 1 on the play. That was good penetration by Germantown on that play.
I don't know if that was an RPO right there, but he would have had some space if he kept it. Looks like he had the decision up until the last second right there. But
I think that's a perfect example of some gaps getting plugged up real quick, like right there. Just delayed that run with that handoff.
Now they've had really good penetration up the middle.
Well, you got that man that's 7 feet tall.
All right, same formation. 3rd and about 5 for the Clinton Arrows. Caleb back to pass, looking to his right, having a roll, got pressure. Flag on the play. That one's coming back regardless. Completed to E.J. Mason for the first down, but that one's coming back. That's holding. And it was clear on the Clinton Arrows.
Pass is complete to E.J. Mason, but there is a flag.
Well, this one's getting sloppy.
Caleb was rolling to his right, and his right tackle could not contain that pressure, and he literally just grabbed that Germantown player by the jersey to keep Caleb on his feet.
I mean, again, they walked through. I mean, their pressure with their front four. They run a 4-3. And that's going to be a spot foul, and we were on the run way behind the line of scrimmage, so it's like, I don't know, it's like a 37-yard penalty. So now it's like 3rd and Livingston.
That's going to be about 3rd and 23.
But anyway, they ran right up the middle again, right through our offensive line. I know we've got one guy's out, we're banged up a little bit, but we're going to have to. The last few weeks we've been running more of these straight drops and letting our guy Caleb throw a little bit out of a straight drop.
And so Caleb's back to pass again. He's throwing it deep, throwing it high. EJ passed the receiver, but
that one's hard.
Inaccurate throw there. Caleb threw it out of bounds. EJ had the man beat. Just a bad pass there to bring up 4th down.
I don't know if that came out of his hand a little bit or something like that, but boy, EJ had just roasted his guy and was about to have all the space he needed behind him. And I think Caleb just lost the handle on that right at the last minute, because it was high and wide, out of bounds.
I'll tell you, I can completely understand why Judd and his staff think they can attack these guys in the passing game, because EJ is running right by him. Just got to connect as Robin Gray puts the boot to it. Goes high over the return man's head, and now it takes a good Clinton bounce, and the guys are doing a good job of staying away from it.
Nice job, fellas.
And it will roll down to the 19-yard line. How about that?
15, 20 extra yards in that roll. Boy, Gray's got he's got the pitching wedge on lock tonight.
Yo, Gray, Jay White approved.
Not bad at all by Robin Gray.
How about that? It was about 20 extra yards because our guys didn't just run up and catch it. I got it.
Flipping the field here, the Clinton Arrows. So if nothing else, they're winning the time of possession and field position. So trips right here now for the Germantown Mavericks as they come out. Colton Garner, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation, showing blitz the Arrows are. Throwing to his right, batted down. Credit that one to number 90, DeAndre Cavett, getting that big mid up to knock it down.
I'm telling you, man, at some point tonight, and it might be one of our linebackers, but somebody's going to jump a route, because Colton Gardner, their quarterback, he is staring his receiver down every single play.
Colton Gardner, the 6'1 junior, making the start tonight for the Germantown Mavericks.
On the season, I mentioned he's 77 for 167, a 46% completion percentage.
Going to the air again off the play action. Colton stepping up, looking, throwing deep over the middle. Got a man wide open, and that is the receiver, O'Javian Francis, running away from the defender. Nobody will touch him. 10-5 touchdown. 80-yard touchdown there for the Germantown Mavericks.
Well, we were just talking about how they had trouble passing. He was almost.
I don't see how he didn't cross the line of scrimmage.
Well, I don't know about that. That's a good point, but he was almost sacked. Yeah. He almost had a guy bring him down, but he did a great job stepping up in front of that sack.
Keeping his eyes downfield, too.
And then I remember what Chris said about him having happy feet, because he was doing a little river dance up through the pocket right there.
Yep.
But evidently he got that front foot planted.
I wasn't lying.
And showed off that rocket of an arm we talked about. Their receiver just ran downfield and got behind our defense.
And some mishandling there of the extra point. Somehow Colton Garner was able to throw it out to a tight end on the play, but he did not cross. So it'll be 7-6 here at Germantown High School with 6 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. We'll take a quick commercial break, folks. You stay with us. This is Clinton Arrow Football.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Merit Health.
weather here at Germantown High School. The Mavericks are about to kick it away to your Arrows, and back deep we got E.J. Mason. I believe that's Tyree Carr as the return man.
Watch for onside.
They go with the pooch kick, kicking it towards the sideline. Michael Hughes will catch that one out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty on the Germantown Mavericks. We'll have another great opportunity with great field position.
Big matchup in the district tonight, Ray. You got Starkville and Madison Central going at it. Madison's 7-8-0. They're the #1 team in the state of Mississippi. Starkville right up there with them. And 10:52 in the second quarter. Starkville leads Madison Central 10-0. So there you go.
How about that? Clinton will start their drive.
I mentioned we got a bunch of really good teams in our district, but everybody I've seen so far has flaws at some point or another.
Spotted at the Arrow 37-yard line, where it'll be first down.
Except for the sideline reporter.
And the referees are, the officials are having some issues as far as figuring out where this drive is supposed to start. So they huddle up, have a quick conversation.
I think Schrammick he's like, what is this? It's back here.
And so now head coach of Germantown, Tim Schrammick, wants an explanation from the head referee, and he's going to get one.
Former coach at Clinton High School.
That is correct.
Hey, Chris knows about all the connections between these two programs. There are connections aplenty, as I recall.
Well, our guy Judd's actually living in Schrammick's old house in Clinton.
Handoff goes to Jeremy Mack around the right side. Again, somehow turns nothing into something and picks up 3 yards on the play to close out the first quarter. So after one, your Arrows lead the Germantown Mavericks 7-6. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, second quarter action here at Germantown High School. Stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow football.
Scoggins Incorporated serves the Jackson metro area with landscape design, maintenance, hardscape construction, and functional services such as drainage, lighting, and irrigation systems. For over 16 years, our focus on customer service, professionalism, safety, and service offerings make us an excellent choice for your outdoor projects. Call Scogginscapes at 601-924-2869 or visit us on the web at scogginscapes.com to make your green spaces and outdoor places a reality.
Leading the Germantown Mavericks 7-6 alongside Jay White, Chris Collins, Todd DeMuth, and the boy. We thank you for joining us, folks. I'm Ray Coleman, hanging out with my guys on a Friday night. Beautiful football weather here in Madison County as your Arrows have 2nd and 7 from the 40-yard line. Going back with the power formation. Michael Hughes goes into motion. Hands off goes to Montavious Warren, breaks one tackle, and picks up about 3-4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and short.
They never really ever brought him down, technically. It was one of those positions where a guy kind of rolls you up from the back and then a guy pushes you from the front. Kind of glad they didn't finish off that tackle because that was kind of a knot his body was being tied in.
And so it'll be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 coming up. They will have to get to the 47-yard line for the first down.
Okay.
Power I formation here for the Clinton Arrows. Quick pitch goes to Jeremy Mack, looking for it. Great penetration, though, by those Germantown Mavericks.
It's going to be a couple short.
He got only a yard on that one, so it'll be 4th down. Decision-making time for Judd and his guys.
Their front four has been really good tonight.
They are. They're an athletic bunch. They're not built like your typical defensive lineman. You got the one guy in there. He's at least 6'7", 6'8", you know, and he's.
You're talking about 51?
Yeah, and got one of those good old NFL, old Pittsburgh Steeler clubs.
That's Xavier Harris. He's listed at 6'6", 305.
No, he's not 6'6".
So not much of a decision to make. I thought it was, but the punt team is coming out here. Robin Gray once again putting the boot to it. Another high, decent-looking kick. Fielded cleanly by Germantown, but not any gain on the play. Great tackle there on the return.
Punt team is on point tonight, huh? Yeah, that 51. He is a sophomore, by the way.
He may have grown a little bit since that info.
Well, he is like 16 years old. He's a sophomore.
23-yard line.
Right.
Good for a Hederman Brothers.
Should be, yeah.
First down.
Germantown has a South Carolina look, right?
They do. They do. They have the Gamecock looks going on here. And
So like black and garnet with a little bit of white.
they will start their drive here on the 23-yard line. Trips to the left. Colton Gardner in the shotgun. Looking to his left, throwing to his left. Connects with his receiver, who makes a move. Is going to pick up a little additional yardage. Make that a 5-yard gain by DeQuante Peoples.
Now let's see if that long touchdown pass kind of gets their quarterback into a groove, because he's had some open guys that he's missed. But I saw a little bit more about what Chris was talking about earlier. He took a step back
before the ball was
even snapped. And technically that was a false start from the quarterback.
Germantown going with a little no huddle. 2 running backs in the backfield now. 2 receivers. Handoff goes off tackle around the left side. Running back picking up good yardage. Breaks the tackle. He's at the 50-yard line near midfield. A gain of about 20 plus on the play. And that was Fred McAfee, the senior running back, 5'9", 185. You heard it right, Fred McAfee.
Junior?
Junior not listed on the rooster, as they say.
Have a flag on the play.
Oh, man.
But we do have a flag on the play, so
back to our
hold the phone.
quarterback's feet observation, Jay. It's only on passing plays that.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, I think they got a hold on them right here. Man, these referees they're not about the fun tonight. I don't know who's
call here.
I don't think they're sure what's going
Personal foul against Germantown, so the first down will count, but they're going to lose some yardage on the play because of a personal foul.
After the first down was gained, the penalty will be marked off.
So he picked up about 20, 25 yards on the play, but he'll lose 15 of those, so not much damage there.
Fresh set of downs, though. But it was only second, so they basically picked up one down on the play. And like 4 yards. So it's basically like a penalty, like an offside penalty.
So we'll do it again. 1st and 10, receivers flip to the right side now. 2 to the right, 2 running backs in the backfield for Colton Gardner. And the referees once again need us to stop the action. Flag on the play, false start. Backing them up 5. Once again, that penalty brought to you by Optical 2000, located on West 15 Cynthia Road in Clinton.
I wish we had a running total.
Optical 2000, your one-stop shop for helping you achieve clear vision. Be sure to ask for our man, Dr. Bobby Pankey,
who can now run for mayor with all this run he's getting on this.
1st and 15 now.
3
Gardner
minutes.
back to pass, looking to his right, throwing deep, got a man again, and this time it's incomplete. Great job by Tyree Carr pulling up and not making contact with the receiver.
Tyree was the benefactor of being in the right place with his back at the right time.
Ojavian Francis once again that intended receiver.
Is face guarding a thing in high school? Is that illegal?
Yes.
Wasn't on that play.
Because he was not looking for the ball at all.
All right, so we'll do it
well,
again.
He was a good 5 yards away from the guy. He wasn't on top of him. Maybe he has a decent amount of distance between him and the receiver.
Trips right now. Gardner back to pass, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. Juking to his left. Tackle from behind, but not before he picks up about 7 or 8 yards on the play. Credit that tackle to Robin Gray.
He can run a little bit. You can see what they see in him.
He ran because there wasn't a receiver open. You watch him. If he takes that little false start step backwards, it's a pass play every time. And he did it this thin. And he looked quickly, and that guy he was focused on was covered up, so he took off run.
3rd and 7 coming up here now. They'll need to get to the 44-yard line for a first down. Gardner back to pass, looking over the middle, now looking to his right, throwing deep over the middle. Just through the hands of Ojavian Francis, and I'm telling you folks, 3 has been wide open all night long.
Yep, he had him again.
Had him again, just went right through the hands. That time it was a good pass by Gardner, though.
They list Francis at 5'7". If he was 5'10", he would have caught that.
5'8", he had it.
That will bring out the punt team, so good stand there by the Arrow defense. E.J. Mason and Jeremy Mack back to receive this one.
They got fire truck and ambulance leaving the scene here. Wonder what's going on. Hopefully everything's all right. Got the rugby style punter, right?
Jeremy Mack feels it, runs right into it, and It's down at the 31-yard line after a fair catch. So we have 8:40 to play now here in the second quarter. Your score, Germantown 6, your Glen Arrow 7.
See, is the last 5 minutes of game time taking like 45 minutes, or is that just me? Maybe we zipped through the first 10 minutes of the game, and then like the last 5 is taking like, I don't know.
It's been a lot of laundry here in this one. So the Arrows will start doing the work at the 31-yard line. After a fast start, things have kind of gone stagnant for the Arrow offense as they go with the pistol formation. E.J. Mason out to the right side, going left to right on your listening device. Play action. Caleb rolling, Caleb looking, Caleb throwing. All right through the hands of Chris McLaurin, the tight end. He was wide open and space and opportunity in front of him.
Chris didn't get a whole lot of looks. And, man, that really could have benefited him right there. He was wide open, a great throw by Caleb. He just mishandled it.
Caleb had all day to throw that one as he rolled out of the pocket.
That's what I think they got to do to be successful. A lot during the first of the year, we really didn't have the confidence in our blocking to let Caleb do a lot of straight drops. And so we did a bunch of rolling out. And I think that's what we need to do today because of the pressure that Germantown's been able to get up the middle. A lot of it almost instantaneous. So I think, Chris, maybe we want to talk about this. Rolling him out of the pocket, like especially on that play, they got such a push up front. If you sprint him out of the pocket, he's got on that play specifically, and that may be something they see and look forward to. He had tons of time and
I think
and
he's
space.
a lot more comfortable throwing the ball when he has to roll out of the pocket.
I think so too.
Offsides called on Germantown, so we got 2nd and 5 now coming up. Quick pitch goes to Jeremy Mack. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, somehow fighting for more yardage and picks up 2 yards on the play. Good penetration there by Germantown on that initial push, but Jeremy Mack doing what he does, finds a way to get 2 or 3 yards, bringing up 3rd and short.
Good play. I think also trying to run the ball, I think we may, kind of like what we talked about they need to do, I think we may need to try some sweeps and get some guys on the outside. We haven't seen that jet sweep looking thing that we do with Michael Hughes a lot. Hadn't seen that yet. Maybe be saving that for a strategic time.
And I believe we got a timeout being called by Clinton. It is, and we'll take it with them, a Fuzzy Taco Shop timeout. Stay with us, folks. You are listening to and watching Clinton Arrow football.
Hey, Mark Wilson, Wilson's Tire and Auto Service, home of the Yellow Bug, where we have the lowest price and the best warranty on Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. Free road hazard on most all tires. How can we do that? Been here at the same location 37 years, same man, low overhead. That's how we do it. We give you that free road hazard. Come see us at Wilson's Tire, home of the Yellow Bug, 310 Clinton Boulevard, 924-0012.
51 to play before the half. Your Clinton Arrows leading the Germantown Mavericks 7-6, and we have 3rd and short coming up now for our Clinton Arrows.
Got my big man 5 back here.
Pistol formation. Caleb takes the shotgun, hands it off to EJ. Excuse me, not EJ, Jeremy Mack. Jeremy Mack bounces it outside and picks up the first down.
I don't know how that happened.
After
Absolutely
he
made
was dead to rights on a stop in the backfield and somehow flipped that, bounced it outside, and picked up the first down.
That was a loss minimum. We had a little collision back there, 5 and 2. That just should not have happened, but he did a great job making something out of nothing.
No doubt. I don't even know how.
All right, so
I
first
thought
and
they would have given him forward progress stopped, you know.
First
Forward
and 10 from the
progress,
43-yard line. Caleb with a quick strike over to E.J. Mason. E.J. out in space, racing, stiff arm at the 40, dragging a man down. That should be a penalty, but I don't see any. And he will go down at the 36-yard line, but not before picking up 20-plus yards on the play. 1st and 10.
Well, the horse collar, it's got to be up in the collar, right? It's got to reach down and like grab him down by the actual what am I talking about? The pads. Yeah.
He was in the neck collar. He just wasn't on the back side of it.
Well, it looked like he dragged him down by his sleeve, or like the shoulder part of the sleeve.
Jay would prefer if he reached down into the pad and unhooked them before they called the horse collar.
I'm just trying to.
So that'll be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line.
I'm working for a play without a penalty here.
Well, that wasn't it.
Direct snap goes to Caleb. Caleb around the left side, gets a block, picks up another one, dragging a defender, picking up a first down and about 13 yards on the play.
Huge block by Jeremy Mack to seal the edge right there. We've called Jeremy's name a bunch already. That's a blocking play he's excelled at. He caught a touchdown. He picked up a fumble. The guy is Mr. Everything. He does it all. He does it all.
A Clinton Arrow first down.
All right, so 1st and 10 now. We're approaching the red zone. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line. Shotgun formation. Caleb takes a snap, same play, just different side. Looking for space, falls forward. He'll pick up a yard or two on first down.
Miller again on the carry. Montarius
Still 10-0. Starkville leads Madison. They're getting close to halftime in that one.
Approaching the 6-minute mark now here in the second quarter.
Other games in the region tonight. Murrah, who's over in Vicksburg, take on Warren Central. And Greenville is up at South Panola. Get you some scores on that.
All right, pistol formation. E.J. Mason, the long receiver on the left side. Jeremy Mack in motion. Takes it around the left side. Has a little space as he cuts it back inside. And he will pick up 4 yards on the play to make it about 3rd and 5.
We live streaming tonight, boys?
We are absolutely live streaming tonight.
Woo-hoo. Click like, comment, and subscribe, baby. Ring that bell.
If you're listening to us on the radio, go ahead and check us out if you can. On YouTube, just type in Arrows Streaming, and you can find the broadcast live and in living color. And we would greatly appreciate it. You heard my man Chris Collins tell you, like, subscribe, share it, do whatever you got to do.
There's live chat, which is awesome.
So they're going to call it 3rd and 6 here. 3rd and 6 for the Clinton Arrows. They're inside the red zone. Shotgun formation. Caleb bobbles the snap, still looking, throws it quickly over to EJ, who makes the catch, but he's short of the first down marker.
And that penalty they
Pass complete to number 3.
What was that? Say that again, Chris.
Tackled by A.J. Edwards, short of
We'll have to get back to him as the Arrows quickly line up. It's 4th down. It's going to be about 4th and 2, a long 2, and the Arrows appear to be going for it. Power I formation, looking to draw the Mavericks off sides. Didn't happen on the first attempt. Caleb Miller back under center.
Yep,
and I believe this time he got him. We'll see.
Germantown's on point at our guys.
That's going to be on them. What I was saying, I was kind of surprised that they didn't get the penalty on slamming the player down after that catch on EJ.
Agreed.
So now we got the huddle going.
Highly frowned upon.
Are they going to let the defensive line for Germantown talk them out of this penalty?
The near side judge immediately said it was offsides, but I believe the judge on the Clinton side of the field may have felt differently about it, so we'll see. And they're going to call it a false start. Yep. Overruled by the judge on the Clinton side of the field, so that will back them up 5 yards. The judge on the Germantown side of the field ran out immediately and said it was offsides against Germantown.
Give me a place kick right here. Send the barefooted one out. I want 3. Give me 3.
And he is coming out.
Set it down to the 26. We got a 36-yard kick right here, far right hash.
Barefoot in to kick or attempt field goal.
Carson Barefoot lining up, getting ready to put the boot to it. The kick is
up,
cuts it, and you better believe it. Good as
it right in there.
Goal. My man Carson Barefoot. Hey, that's how you get it done, man. 10-6 is your score now. Germantown trailing your Clinton Arrows 10-6 with 4:09 left to play in the second quarter. You stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow football.
Hey, Mark Wilson. Wilson's
Your friends at Chick-fil-A in Clinton want to know, have you tried the new Chick-fil-A One app? With this new fun app, customers will be able to order or scan to earn points with every purchase. Redeem your points for an available reward of your choice and receive additional benefits by reaching higher membership tiers. So download the Chick-fil-A One app today. And as always, go Arrows from Chick-fil-A in Clinton.
All right, Ray. Murrah, right? They were losing to Madison Central 10-0 at halftime. They were losing to Clinton 10-0 at halftime. Do you want to take a guess at what the Warren Central Murrah score is right now in the second quarter?
10-0.
10-0 Warren Central in the second quarter.
Hey, Carson Barefoot put the boot to it to give us a 10-6 lead, and that field goal was brought to you by Indian Lanes Bowling, located at 815 East Northside Drive. And it's more than bowling. You can schedule birthday parties. They have a great jump zone for the young at heart. So for more information, you can call 601-924-4248. That's Indian Lanes Bowling in Clinton.
Where the Mavericks will have it for Henderman Brothers. First down.
That was a touchback by Carson Barefoot there on the kickoff.
Yeah, young man put, I don't know, maybe just the tip of his heel into the end zone. The referee was right on top of it.
So while I got time, I'll go ahead and tell you our kickoff sponsor is Mississippi Sports Medicine. They have 6 locations statewide. You can visit MississippiSportsMedicine.com to check out what they can offer you, or you can call 601-354-4488.
Where life's a sport.
There it is. Shotgun formation. Handoff goes to Lewis around the left side. Looking for the edge, finds it, and picks up good yardage on the play before being knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. First down for the Mavericks.
They stay outside like that, they're going to have some good success, I think. Robert Gray with the pursuit and the tackle right there. Another score from the region. South Panola. Are you ready for this? South Panola leads Greenville 41-15.
Wow.
With 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yikes. Same formation, same play. Lewis, but this time the arrows are ready for it. He got taken down by about 4 guys. Great read there by the Clinton Arrows to know that they were going with the same old, as we like to say.
Micah Gibbs was the... Actually, there was one guy who came through and kind of redirected him, and then Gibbs was right there, a half beat off, and dropped him for a loss of about 3 on that play.
Germantown flips the play. So the receivers are to the right of the formation now. 2 running backs in the backfield with the shotgun formation of Colton. Colton Garner looking to his right. Quick strike, and waiting on him is the DB Chase Moore to take him down.
I'm telling you, he got the read on him right there. The only thing that caused him from not having the jump on that route is the angle that he had. He was directly behind the receiver. If he was at an angle where he could have cut in front of the receiver without losing his stride, that would have been a pick.
And so that will bring up 3rd and 8 for Germantown. 3rd and 8 coming up right here. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left side. Colton rolling out to his left, looking for a receiver, pulls it, reaching for the first down, gets it, going down the sideline, out of bounds on the positive side of the field, goes out at the 48-yard line for another first down for Germantown.
Well, this is what I was afraid of, and I thought we kind of beat them to the punch when we forced a turnover and then scored on the first play. But what do we have here? We've been lulled into a single possession game. We're 2.5 minutes from halftime. Germantown's at midfield driving for the lead right here, and that's the last thing you wanted to do is be dragged into a game that's cut in half, and we're still just 4 points ahead right here.
With 2:41 left to play before the half, the handoff goes to Lewis around the right side, and that's going to be a good open field tackle right there. I believe that is Antonio Thompson on the tackle.
I'm glad you could see that. 6 and 8 look identical on
yeah,
our
they
uniforms.
Do. Yeah, they do. At this point, it's just body type. Antonio's a little bit shorter than Robin Gray, so that's kind of how you can spot that one.
I'll tell you what, Antonio shed a tackle, shed a block right before he went and got that tackle. That's an individual play that young man made right there. I think they're going to call a timeout. Nope. It's just a weird formation they're running. They're on the far hash.
Far right hash.
A double stack with a tight end on that side, all squeezed in that little area.
And the handoff will go around that right side. The running back breaks 1 tackle and will pick up about 4 yards on the play. That is Fred McAfee once again on the carry, picking up about 4 yards, bringing up 3rd and about 6 on the next play.
Hey, you guys watch my QB's feet here. It's just going back to what I said earlier. When he doesn't take that step back on the snap, it's a handoff. He's taking that step back, it's a pass every time.
Will you tell the coaches?
I already did.
You think they know? Oh, yeah, you got it. The king of town. Chris Collins.
I'm going to run for dog catcher.
There's a flag on the play.
Chris Collins for animal control.
Hold the phone. We do have a flag on the play, so we'll see what the...
This is a recording.
Illegal procedure against the Mavericks.
That will be an illegal procedure, and it will be declined. I don't know how you can.
That's interesting.
Can you get like campaign donations for that?
You can get campaign donations for anything.
We might could get a hamburger.
Result of the play is a
Let's work on that, Jay. You can be the manager. Get us a couple of hamburgers.
Third down, 6 yards to gain.
All right, so this will bring up third down, 3rd and 6 for Germantown. They're on the positive side of the field. Trips to the left. Colton Gardner in the backfield with a lone running back. He's rolling out to his left. Pressure coming from his backside, looking for
That's
space.
a hole right in
Cannot
front of
find it. He throws it off his back foot and somehow completes it to the receiver
Good grief.
for a huge gain and first down. That's going to be Jared Wade on the completion.
Oh my gosh. I mean, one of our guys was being just led around like a dog on a collar
15-yard pickup
right in front of the ref.
for a Hederman Brothers Maverick first down.
For our PA guys he's into the gig. Whatever they're paying him, it's not enough.
So you got 1:35 to play here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation. Receivers on the left side. Colton Gardner back to pass. Throwing a quick strike right through the hands of his receiver, DeQuante Peoples.
Pass intended for DeQuante Peoples falls incomplete.
Well, he looks like, Gardner looks like he's got his sights kind of lined in, right?
Yeah.
He's throwing some better balls. He's being more accurate, but now all of a sudden their guys keep missing the ball. That was another guy open in space that they had right there.
So that'll bring up now 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line.
84 seconds left in the first half.
Gardner in the center this time. Play action. Looking for it and just slips because he felt the pressure coming, and you can credit that sack to DeAndre Cavett, who bust through the offensive line from the word go.
Man, that was a weird play. I don't know what Gardner was doing right there. It looked like he faked a couple of different ways. All I know is when he was on the ground.
He didn't fake Mr. Cavett.
No, he didn't. All I know is when he hit the ground, I noticed he's got like a chrome gold, like a shiny gold on the bottom of his shoe. His cleats.
On the field by the
That will
Mavericks.
prompt Germantown to take a timeout here with 1:11 left to play here in the second quarter. We'll stay here for this one.
Did you just really pick up on what color the bottom of his cleats are?
I couldn't. It shined in my eye, like reflected into my eyes. I couldn't help it.
Really, man.
It's blingy, man.
Dude, bro.
If it's your first time tuning in, the two that are bickering right now.
What are you talking about?
Jay White and Chris Collins. That's our sideline and color guys. At this point, they're talking about the color of the bottom of the cleat. I'm with Chris on this one.
No, one of us doesn't
Look
care.
at it.
Now, Chris, I'm with you. I'm with you
see
100%.
Do you see the jingle jangle on the bottom of his feet
The
right now?
jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle. Blink.
All right. The jingle jangle is what we're going to go with. With 1:11 to play.
What's up with you? You've no-sold all of our humor this entire second quarter.
Chris, I'm with you. Trips
Thank
to the
you,
right.
Ray.
Oh, no problem. 3rd and forever here. Colton Gardner rolling out to his right, looking for a
He's about to
receiver.
chuck it.
He's about to chuck, and he's got Francis wide open, and it's right through his hands again.
You know, we talked about that completion percentage earlier in this game.
Yeah.
Let's
Say
not
it.
always blame the Indians. Sometimes it's
Man,
theirs.
I was just about to say it, Chris. Do not put the blame on Colton Gardner. He put that one on the money.
That should have been 6.
That should have been 6.
That man's throwing some darts.
You know what?
Jay, I
I'm going to
believe
look at his max preps right now.
He
He's
got-
got to be a baseball player.
He got Roberto Duran out here trying to catch that thing.
I believe we owe this young man an apology.
Roberto Duran. Well, no, he's still throwing at 45%.
Man.
With 3 touchdowns and 6 picks coming
Yeah,
into the
but
game.
I think we're starting to find out the problem. As the Germantown Mavericks put the boot to it on 4th down, EJ saying everybody get away from it. It'll take a Germantown
they
bounce.
got a punter now.
And it's rolling inside the 5 now, and will be down at the 4-yard line.
That guy gets his hang time is incredible.
Oh, it's nice. It's
Is
nice.
there a stat for a pick that's been touched by a defender or touched prior to the pick? Because I guarantee you those picks are bouncing off of a receiver.
Yeah, true that. 48 seconds left to play here.
True that.
We'll see what the arrows do with it.
It's the gold cleats.
It must be something. Listen,
They can't concentrate on the ball because of the gold cleats.
well, I'm on Gardner's side after this. Jay White, during our pregame show, read off the young man's stats, and it was perceived that his 47-48 completion percentage
He's still like 80 for 180.
Yeah.
I don't care who. That's his stats.
That's fine, but 50 of them are going through the receiver's hands, man. We can't hold it against him anymore. The kid can spin it.
You got to put some of that completions receiver.
Somebody's got to catch
receivers on this because the kid's throwing some lasers.
Somebody's got to catch it. Clinton, by the way, runs it on first down, so the clock is ticking. They pick up a yard on the play. We're under 30 seconds now here in the second quarter with the Arrows leading Germantown 10-6. Good crowd on hand tonight, too, by the way.
Yeah, good Arrows crowd, too.
On both sides, absolutely. Home team and the Arrows making the trek from city of Clinton, of course, over here to Madison County. 5 seconds left to play here before the half. We got to run one more play. We do. That's to Jeremy Mack, and he will not pick up any yards on that. And that will do it for the first half of action here at Germantown High School as the Clinton Arrows lead the Mavericks 10-6. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going into the Chick-fil-A halftime show. We'll have stats and scores from across the Magnolia State. You stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow football.
We at Clinton Refrigeration Services hope you're feeling warmulous today. The word warmulous is defined as that cozy, toasty feeling you can only get with a Lennox home comfort system. Right now, Clinton Refrigeration Services is offering up to $1,600 in rebates or 0% financing for 60 months on qualifying Lennox systems. So call or text us today at 601-924-5676 or visit us at linuxdealer.com/Clinton Refrigeration or on Facebook at Clinton Refrigeration Service. Feeling warmulous? It's just another way we make you feel better.
Live Oaks Golf Club, best value in Jackson. Our twilight rates of $25 include a cart Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday after 1 p.m., Sunday after 2 p.m., and all day Tuesday and Thursday. Mark your calendars for our club tournaments sponsored by Pearl River Resort, the Stall 2-man 4-ball, and the College Kickoff 3-person Scramble. For more information or to book a tee time, contact the Pro Shop 601-982-1231. Also ask about hosting your next tournament or outing.
The YMCA is what you make it, so make it your own.
My Y is a Pilates reformers class, Bible study, and someone to watch the kids.
My Y is a workout that gives me spirit, mind, and body.
My Y is a community where everyone fits in.
My Y is a summer camp and a place to have fun after school. And a place to take archery, tumbling, and taekwondo. Hiya!
You can go anywhere and do anything. So why not the Y, where you make a difference?
Get involved today at your Clinton, Flowood, and Reservoir Y or visit us at metroymcams.org.
If your child is injured in a Friday night high school football game, now you can bring them straight to UMMC for care. The UMMC Friday Night Injury Clinic is open late with sports medicine specialists and radiological services on site. Located at the University Physicians Pavilion, the Friday Night Injury Clinic is open Friday nights from 9 to 11 p.m. during the regular high school football season. Walk-ins are welcome, but if possible, call ahead at 601-815-4721.
Elite Physical Therapy wishes all the players a healthy and successful season. Elite is proud to serve the local community with multiple locations providing superior outpatient physical therapy and sports medicine services. Our centers specialize in post-op rehabilitation, manual therapy, concussion management, and orthopedics, providing patients convenient scheduling and access to care within 24 hours. If you suffered an injury, visit myelitept.com to find a center near you.
So you've injured your shoulder or your knee? And of course you want the best care and the best doctor available. The doctor on the left treats shoulders and knees and ankles and hands, while the Mississippi sports medicine doctor on the right specializes in one body area and one area only, treating thousands of patients a year. Trust your medical care to one of our true specialists. Mississippi Sports Medicine. We specialize for you.
Inside the Chick-fil-A halftime show, and at the half, your Clinton Arrows are leading the Germantown Mavericks 10-6. We thank you for joining us, folks, alongside Jay White and Chris Collins on the sidelines. I'm Ray Coleman, and Jay White. I'm looking at you and talking about Chris.
Hey, no.
Give me your assessment of the first half, sir.
Oh, man. I think we have the problem with this game was kind of the same thing that we dealt with the Murrah game. And at Murrah, we had 10 points at halftime.
Yep.
We don't know exactly what our identity on offense is. We've done all sorts of sort of good stuff, right? We've done a little bit of good stuff throwing the ball, but we haven't really gotten our rhythm throwing. We've done a little bit of good stuff running the ball, but we really haven't gotten our rhythm running. We didn't have the ball a whole lot in the first half. I mean, we scored our first touchdown 27 seconds into the game.
Yeah.
And then we scored 3 points the rest of the half. So it's a lot. I think like I was talking about with this Murrah and Germantown and then Greenville later on, it's your opportunity to try to do a little bit different, kind of spread out, change some stuff up, see what you can do, spread out, get more aggressive. But I think we've tried to do some of that, and we miss a bunch of plays by just a hair, and you're like, we can do this. We just got to get back around to it, and we don't really have the time to get back around to those things. And so, I think we need to come out in the second half and get back to what our game is.
Yeah.
I think we need to put the ball, keep the ball on the ground and try to establish a power running game in the second half. Maybe not a power running game necessarily because they're strong up front. Maybe we need to go around the edges and get our guys out in space. If we're going to throw, maybe throw some, a lot of short stuff. Get our receivers out of the backfield, even though we use those guys to protect a whole bunch when we pass. But maybe, run some screens with EJ, stuff like that. Be different. I mean, he's run a lot of deep downfield stuff. Maybe get a little creative with how you use him. Maybe get him in some space close to the line of scrimmage to let him make some moves and create on his own in the second half. Defense has been really good, but they've had some opportunities where they've blocked enough that their guy, who's got a ton of arm, has thrown the ball deep downfield. And we're pretty fortunate to have the lead right now because they dropped 2 or 3 wide open passes, 2 right there near the end of the first half. One of those was going to be a touchdown if he caught it.
All right, and here are your stats inside the Chick-fil-A halftime show. In the run game, we have 50 yards rushing, 50 total. Your leading rusher right now with 9 carries and 21 yards is Jeremy Mack. No shocker there. Jacoby Calvin has 2 carries for 6 yards. Caleb Miller, the quarterback, has 2 carries for 14 yards, and Montavious Warren has 3 carries for 9 yards. In the passing game, 3 of 7 is Caleb Miller for 58 yards. In the receiving game, 2 of those completions went to E.J. Mason, 1 for 25 yards and 1 for 3 yards. And then that is Jeremy Mack with a reception of 30 yards. So that rounds out your offensive stats here in the first half. On the defensive side of the ball, DeAndre Cavett has a tackle. Robin Gray has 3 tackles. By the way, DeAndre Cavett also has a sack. Antonio Thompson has 2 tackles. Dante Tripp has 4 tackles. Chase Moore has 2 tackles. Tyree Carr has a tackle. Jeremy Mack has 2 tackles. Chris Fowler has 2 tackles. And Lintrell Rushing has a tackle. And that rounds out your defensive stats here inside the Chick-fil-A halftime show. Now, since we're in the Chick-fil-A halftime show, I must mention, being that they're our sponsor, we want you to visit their Clinton location on Highway 80. You should download the app. Why, you ask? Because you can skip lines and you can earn points for free food. If you do not believe me, it's story time.
Uh-oh.
Did you see how things got quiet?
Hey, for the record, I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich pregame. Shout out to Neil Osborne.
How about that? And listen, so Neil Osborne, of course, is the operator over at the Clinton location. Shout out to my man Neil. I'm going to have to shout out now Mr. Keys Hayes from the Brandon location. Why am I shouting out Keys Hayes? Because inside my Chick-fil-A app, I have a free 4-count Chick-fil-A chicken mini.
What now?
That expires in 6 days. That's just the little things that you can get, folks, when you download the Chick-fil-A app, because they like you so much. They love you, in fact, that they just send you free food. Now, whose pleasure is that? It's their pleasure.
That's
Jay,
right.
take his phone.
It's their pleasure. It's absolutely their pleasure.
You keep telling folks that they're going to mug you and steal your phone.
Well, at the end of the day,
4-count chicken minute.
you got to come and see me.
Out.
You got to come see me here at Germantown High School as your Clinton Arrows lead 10-6. We will take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the second half action and what we can expect or should expect from the Clinton Arrows, folks. You stay with us, hanging out with us inside the Chick-fil-A halftime show. This is Clinton Arrow football.
From everyone at Indian Lanes, way to go Arrows on that awesome field goal. After the game, let the fun continue with bowling, arcade games, billiards, and more. Be sure to book your next birthday party in the Inflatable Jump Zone. Indian Lanes, located at 815 East Northside Drive in Clinton, Mississippi. Let's win this, Arrows.
First United Methodist Church supports the Clinton Arrows in all their sporting and academic endeavors. We support our schools in the belief that education increases the quality of life for us all. Clinton First United Methodist offers opportunities on Sunday morning for us to gather at 10 o'clock. We invite you to come and visit with us on Highway 80. We have a place for you, and all that's left to do is for you to put your name on it. We believe once you visit, you'll find a place for yourself in this community. I'm John Moore, lead pastor for Clinton First United Methodist Church, inviting you to help us make Clinton a better place.
For taco fans in need of a fix, Fuzzy's Taco Shop fires up some of the freshest flavors faster than you can say, for real? Our patio is the perfect place to post up, pour a pint, pique your appetite, or powwow with your pals post 9 to 5. Our frozen margaritas are rockin', nachos, top-notchin', and the best part, we can cater your party's every need. Order our tacos at Fajita Bar with our famous chips and queso. Stop by your local Clinton Fuzzy's Taco Shop today on the Parkway.
Seeing well plays a big role in helping you read well. That's why it's not a minute too soon for students of all ages to schedule an eye exam with Dr. Bobby C. Pankey and Associates in Clinton, Richland, or Flora. They can also help you with a great selection of frames, lenses, and contacts, all at affordable prices. See well, read well, do well. For all your back-to-school eye care needs, visit Optical 2000, Clinton, Richland, and Flora. Click to call a clinic near you at optical-2000.com.
Open Wednesdays in Flora.
You made a promise to your community, and Bank Plus stands beside you. It's a shared promise to lend a hand, to build, to work, to invest yourself, to make a difference. You made a promise, and so did we. To Mississippi, to each other. Bank Plus. It's more than a name, it's a promise. Member FDIC.
Do you want to make a professional appearance at community and corporate events? Home Specialty and Apparel can help. Travel wear, casual apparel, polos, dress shirts, outerwear, caps, totes, garment bags, and more, all embroidered with your logo. Call Derek or Jared at 601-925-1353 to schedule your corporate consultation or visit our showroom. Make your best first impression with apparel from Home Specialty and Apparel, 120 East Northside Drive in Clinton. Call 601-925-1353. That's 601-925-1353.
As is his love for Chappie, that would be Robert Chapman of
the guy who makes everything happen.
The guy who makes everything happen, from our YouTube live stream to just being the man of the hour for the Clinton High School backwards and the community too. What am I talking about? If you know Clinton, you know Robert Chapman because his name is all over the place when we're talking about the city of Clinton.
And just a really nice beard.
And just a great beard. Are you
I
kidding
shaved
me?
mine off because I can't get to his level.
Well,
maybe next time.
There's only one GOAT when it comes to beards, man. Is Robert Chapman. Hey, hanging out inside the Chick-fil-A halftime show as your Clinton Arrows lead the Germantown Mavericks 10-6. You heard Jay White say it before the break. We struck first and we struck early. We forced a fumble on Germantown's first play of the game. Jeremy Mack recovered that fumble. First play of the offensive possession for Clinton, 29-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Miller to Jeremy Mack. From there, it's been a little bit sluggish for the Clinton Arrow offense. The Germantown Mavericks got on the board in the second quarter.
Hang on, can I stop you for a second?
Please.
Their band is playing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. This is fantastic. I mean, they're not playing, this is not like the best of Motown. It's not every halftime show. We do good halftime shows. I'm not bagging on Clinton's band, of course. We do a better national anthem than they do. Our national anthem is fantastic. Although that was a pretty intricate arrangement that they had.
Man, are
I must
you serious
give them credit.
right now?
But then they just transitioned to something else. I'm just classical music, man. Classical music. Anyway, you go ahead. Where were we at? We scored to go up 7-0.
Man,
right?
I don't even know at this point. I mean, hey, folks, here's what we're going to do.
I just impressed.
Because Jay White just had a squirrel moment.
Go ahead. You put me in control of these mics. This is your fault.
I honestly,
we got 6 minutes left before halftime.
If we are not,
is it homecoming? This
if
is
we
the
are
longest
not,
halftime ever.
if we are not employed next week, I will totally understand.
What are you talking about?
Let me just say that I will totally understand if we are not brought back for next week's matchup.
I'm just saying, man.
Between
that is
and
a
let me tell you something.
classical piece of music, and it's not like,
let me tell you something.
Michael Jackson's Thriller.
We have a rivalry game next week. It's going to be very exciting, and you're going to make us miss it. So I need you to explain to the people.
Nah.
I just need you to explain to the people who are listening. I don't care if it's 2 or 22.
Nah, I emailed 40 this week.
And
he said everything. He said it was all good.
I need you to
I'm
help.
paraphrasing.
I need you to help me understand how you would sacrifice or risk our opportunity to bring you Clinton and Warren Central
out
next
they
week.
were playing classical music. They even got a gong out here, man. Like the Gong Show. Remember that?
And the director of bands is Justin Harwood.
Still got 5 minutes before halftime's over. Trying to fill time, brother. I'm a radio guy. I'm filling time.
Whoa. 5 minutes.
Now, where were we at? We were at the end of the first quarter,
Man, I'm
right?
telling you, I don't even know at this point.
All right, so you asked me.
Okay.
We turn the table.
Oh,
Charlie Murphy.
here we go.
The tide has turned, Charlie Murphy.
Here we
Why
go.
don't you tell me your assessment of the first half? Charlie Murphy, what's your assessment of the first half?
All right, folks, I'm going to give you my assessment, and I'm going to thank y'all for joining us because at this point, I really don't think we're going to be back next week. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
So let me say this.
I still got these scores.
So let me say this. I have greatly enjoyed covering the Clinton Arrows last year and this year. I think that this team has really good potential as we look ahead to the postseason, but they got to win tonight's game because this is
True.
It's not a must-win, but it's a must-win because we understand what we have left on our schedule. All right? So after this, we have a rivalry game with Warren Central where we know it's back and forth.
That's the one.
Every single year, that's the one, right?
That's the one, right?
After that, you got Starkville, and then you close it out. With Greenville. So if you lose this game tonight, you're essentially telling yourself that you got to win out.
Yep.
As we see, Starkville is leading Madison Central 10-7 at the half, so they're no pushover. In fact, they're probably one of the top 2 teams in our district, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So the Clinton Arrows have to come out with a little bit more urgency, and I can understand why, because in their eyes of young men, this was probably a gimme game. But it's not. It's not a gimme game.
It's not.
They find themselves in a dogfight with a team who is at home now and has a lot of confidence and understanding that they can pick up part this secondary.
And let me tell you this. Germantown, although they're 0-3, they are 3-4, and they've won a couple of nice games. And they won at DeSoto Central. They won at Neshoba Central. But they see Clinton, and I'm telling you, this is not my assessment of Clinton, but they see Clinton and they're like, this is one of those where if we play a perfect game, we get up and grab that game.
No question.
They're looking at us as, not a stepping stone, but kind of a brass ring they can grab a hold of if they play a perfect game. And like I said earlier, there was a minute and a half left to go in the first half. They had the ball at midfield driving for the lead. And it's 10-6. They're only down 4 at the half, but we do get the ball first.
We do get the ball first.
To start the second half.
That's right. We do get the ball to start the second half, and the Arrows have shown to make great adjustments at halftime. That is a credit to not only those young men, but to Judd Boswell and his staff for making those needed adjustments to come out with better rhythm and better execution in the second half. So once again, 10-6 is your score.
The word, rhythm. There's been no rhythm in this game. 9,000 penalties in the first half. You take that touchdown on our first play of scrimmage away, and it's 6-3 the rest of the first half. So meh. We got to knock the meh out in the second half.
And we'll see if they can knock out that meh that Jay White just brought to you. We'll take one more commercial break to close out this Chick-fil-A halftime show. When you come back, second half action here from Germantown High School. Stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow Football.
Do you want to make a professional appearance at community and corporate events? Home Specialty and Apparel can help. Travel wear, casual apparel, polos, dress shirts, outerwear, caps, totes, garment bags, and more, all embroidered with your logo. Call Derek or Jared at 601-925-1353 to schedule your corporate consultation or visit our showroom. Make your best first impression with apparel from Home Specialty and Apparel, 120 East Northside Drive in Clinton. Call 601-925-1353. That's 601-925-1353.
I read on a tweet that Greenville turned the ball over 7 times in the first half. Still scored 21 points. I don't know. Are they playing an Arena League game? What's going on there? I don't know, but South Panola leads Greenville 55-21 at halftime. And then, all right, you ready for this?
I am ready.
Murrah was losing to Madison 10-0 at the half. They were losing to Clinton 10-0 at the half. They're playing Warren Central tonight. What's the score at halftime?
10-0.
No.
Okay.
12-0.
Okay, thank you, Jay White. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Hey, before I forget, I got to make sure that I give a shout-out to the Little Six champions.
Oh, yeah.
Your Clinton Arrows. They defeated the Brandon Bulldogs 12-9 in the Little Six championship, finished the season 6-2, and they are the champions. All right?
Three-peat,
baby. That's how you do it.
Chris Collins?
I know you want to say something about it, Chris. Go ahead.
Y'all got to turn my microphone back on every once in a while up there at Beethoven. Hey, my guys down there at the 9th grade have done a fantastic job. You know, to win that championship 3 times in a row, and I unfortunately I don't know how many times we've won it in total. But the competition that we play week in, week out, it's all of the up-and-comers for all these metro area teams. You know, you talked about the Germantown-Clinton connection a little earlier. There was a game that we played here this year where we had a couple key people that were injured in that game, and Germantown beat that 9th grade team of Clinton, that same 9th grade team that turned around and dominated the rest of the Little Six. So there's a lot to be said for the talent in the central part of this state. I mean, there's a ton of it. You know, luckily for us, we've kind of had our hand with them for a while, but we'll see if they can do it again next year, and if so, that just makes the future look really, really bright for the Arrows.
Chris Collins laying it down for you, letting you know that the future is bright for the Clinton Arrows.
I hope the second half is bright. What do you think we need to do, man? I think we need to establish a running game.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think we got kind of –
oh, man. Start it over? You're going to be brutally honest with us now?
I'll be brutally honest.
All right, I tell you what.
You got to come back this way, man. I don't know.
Chris Collins.
He's over at the Nissan plant putting a car together.
Yeah, and if you're watching us on the YouTube stream, just look beyond the G at the 40, on the right 40, and Chris Collins has got his feet kicked up in a recliner near the stands, trying to give us a report.
No. I am standing on the sideline next to Metal Arc Lemon, thank you.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a great name drop right there, man.
Right? Have I told you this place is beautiful? This is a great scene for a football game.
You told us that. You told us about the quarterback's gold cleats. You told us about the band playing Beethoven. You need a realtor?
I've been observant. I need a bank I can trust. Where should I go?
Okay.
Where should I go?
Well, to keep you employed with Clinton Arrow football, I'm going to tell you that you should go to Bank Plus.
That's what it's a setup. I'm a broadcaster.
I'm glad. Well, I knocked it down before you knocked yourself out. So, third quarter action about to begin here. You heard Jay say it. We deferred to the second half, so now it's our time to cash in on that very deal.
I was trying to set Chris up there with the Bank Plus.
Yeah, you were setting me up, but I wasn't replying. Now, what I was saying, and that to start the game off, I think we almost got in a little bit of false sense of, hey, what kind of offense are we fixing to have here? It's going to be exciting, and then things kind of happen. We'll see if we can establish some rhythm and get a flow going in this part.
All right, so back to return. Short kick there. And I believe that is Ashton Johnson on the return. And you got Laundry coming out.
Well, we're 1 for 1 in the second half with flags.
Saw a pink flag flying through the air right there. That's different.
Brings it back to the 42-yard line.
What's the pink flag?
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and one of the judges there has a pink flag. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, pink flag.
A lot of the Germantown Mavericks are wearing pink tonight, as well as the Clinton Arrows as well.
So we had a hold.
The Arrows takes it back to the 32-yard line.
I couldn't tell from down here. It must have happened on y'all's side over there. I didn't see anything.
Really see it either,
I was looking for a block in the back. Didn't see anything.
All right, so they will start their drive on the 32-yard line. Pistol formation for the Arrows.
Capital Body Shop.
Play action. Caleb rolling to his left. Pressure coming from his backside. Throwing on the run. Throwing it high and throwing it out of bounds. Second down coming for the Arrows.
Miller's pass falls incomplete. Second down.
Yeah, they have all the pressure in the world that they want to put on us up the middle. They're running a 4-3, as I mentioned. And their 4-down linemen have been able to get through and cause a ruckus almost every time we've tried to throw. Not every single time, but almost every single time. And they've thrown a lot of our passing, the timing of our passing plays off. They've forced Caleb to throw a bunch before he wanted to or before it was designed to be thrown.
Second down here. Quick pitch goes to Ashton Johnson in the backfield, who finds the edge, jukes back inside, ball on the ground, fumble, and I believe Germantown got it. They did, and that is a huge turnover.
Oh, we recovered that.
Recovered by...
Oh, the Germantown Mavericks defense showed a lot of excitement as if they recovered it, but luckily we get it back on our side. It'll be 3rd and long, but hey, it's better than 1st and 10 from the 30 for Germantown.
And time for a Grace Crossing Maverick Stampede.
I like that. That's awesome. And somebody right in front of us is down for the cause.
All right, so 3rd and 12 coming up now. Caleb rolling to his right now. Looking for a man, throwing deep. He's got EJ, and he underthrew him, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. EJ had 3 defenders beat by 5 yards, and Caleb just couldn't put enough arm on it to get it to him.
Yeah, that's the one problem that I've noticed a couple of times. I don't know if you guys have, but EJ is so fast that sometimes on these long passing routes, when Caleb moves out of the pocket and gets time to throw, EJ can run out of his range, out of his arm range, basically. That's what happened right there. EJ had 2 guys beat, but he was like 45, 50, 55 yards downfield. And our guy Caleb can throw it down there, but he's got to put enough arc on it that everybody and their brother can get to it by the time it gets down there.
That brings out the punt team. Robin Gray ready to put the boot to it. Another good kick, high and deep. Fielded cleanly by Wade at the 35-yard line, and that's where Germantown will start their drive.
Another good punt.
5-yard line of the Mavericks, where it'll be good for a
Robin Gray has been solid as solid can be with the punts this year. And the snaps, got to mention the snaps have been really good. He's had almost virtually no trouble with those.
Shout out to Garen Temple, the long snapper for the Arrows. Always making sure that the snap is clean and giving his guy a great opportunity to put the boot to it.
You know that situation's working right when you never have to mention those guys.
That's right.
When you
That's
never have to mention the long snapper, that means he's doing his job.
Only time Garen's name is mentioned is in the starting lineup, and that's just the way he likes it. 1st and 10, fumble, ball on the ground. Clinton with an opportunity to force a turnover. They're fighting for it, but Germantown luckily gets their hands back on it. They'll lose 4 yards on the play.
I think they were running a double reverse right there. I think he was getting ready to hand that off to another receiver.
Yeah.
Hey, attention fans.
The initial pitch went to Ojavian Francis, and he never really got control of it. And it was just a mad dash and scram for the fumble there. So it'll be 2nd and 14 now from the 32-yard line. Trips to the right. Shotgun formation for Germantown. Colton takes the snap, throws a quick strike over to his receiver, Peoples, and Peoples will pick up about 6 yards on the play, maybe 7. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 coming up here now for the Germantown Mavericks.
Tackled by Antonio Thompson.
Antonio Thompson credited with the tackle on the play.
It was a good tackle, too. Kind of a one-on-one play. He held him up long enough to get some help.
All right, so Germantown now flips the formation. 3 receivers to the left side now, 1 tight end on the right.
Looking at about a 3rd and 6 here.
Gardner rolling to his left. Looking for someone. Pressure coming from his backside. Spins out of it, then just throws it out of bounds. Smart play there by that young man. He was outside of the pocket and just got rid of it, but great pressure there.
Uh-oh, they're throwing a flag way late. We've seen this before, Ray.
And they're going to call intentional grounding.
That's terrible.
That's a bad call.
He was way out of the pocket.
That's a bad call, and you can see head coach Tim Schrammick from Germantown running over to the head referee to say, are you serious? And I'm going to have to agree with Coach Schrammick on this one.
I mean, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it, but Gardner was clearly outside of the tackle box when he let that one go.
That's brutal. And then it was like 10 minutes after the play when he threw it. I mean, it is or it isn't, right?
Sure.
I mean, you can't. Anyway.
Coach Schrammick is still pleading his case, but nothing's going to change on this one. That'll be 4th down as you see Schrammick just sling the ball over to the sideline.
Oh, he's got a easy case on that one, does
no question
Schrammick. But now we're in a good position here. We're going to put E.J. Mason. He's going to plant his heels on the Germantown 45.
And then you have Jeremy Mack back there with him as well, and he is on
the other 45.
The other
basically.
45, the positive 45, if you will.
We'll see. This guy gets a ton of hang time on his punts.
Rugby-style kick.
Did it again.
There it is again. Great hang time. E.J. just fair catches it right at the 49-yard line.
He had a little space right there. But, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Great field position.
Rather than take a risk or a gamble, catch that ball, we're going to start 1st and 10 right near midfield.
9:09 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Clinton leading Germantown 10-6. Alongside my guys, Chris Collins and Jay White, I'm Ray Coleman, and we are glad to bring you the broadcast, whether you're listening to us on the radio or watching on the live stream. We greatly appreciate it. 1st and 10 for your Clinton Arrows. A little shotgun mixed with some wing T here. Let's see what we got. Hughes goes into motion. There's Jay White's favorite play. Hughes around the left side. Cuts it back inside, uprooted, but will pick up about 5 yards on the play.
And we saved that one till in the second half right there. Hey, halfway through the 3rd quarter, Warren Central still leads Murrah 12-0. So, telling you, that's a tough out. Well, I mean, it's not a tough out, but you know what I'm saying. They just drag you into that style. That style is not being done in Batesville right now.
No,
55-21. South
no,
Panola
it is not.
Leads Greenville at the half. Greenville 7 turnovers in the first half, but they still scored 21.
2nd and 5 here. Pistol formation for Clinton. Handoff goes to Montavious Warren. Dances inside, taking folks for a ride as he picks up a UMMC first down after a 10-yard gain.
Jay, that's what you got to see right there. If you want a little bit of that sweep to open up a little bit more for us in the second half, we've got to establish that inside run game.
Absolutely. I like that right there. 2 plays in a row. Give them something, like Chris mentioned, give them something on the outside. Kind of get them looking. Have to show respect to that outside potential. Then you run up the middle.
1st and 10 now from the 43-yard line. Same formation. Jeremy Mack around the right side. Oh, what a move. Jukes back to his left.
Goodness.
And again, Jeremy Mack gets us back to the line of scrimmage. He was about 2 yards deep, and he made 3 guys miss as he cut back to the left side. No gain on the play.
That was the most
exciting no gain.
That was the most Barry Sanders no-yard run I've
Ran
ever
15
seen.
yards for no gain.
Jimmy the Jet is into the end zone. Madison Central has taken a 14-10 lead on Starkville in the third.
Same formation coming up here for the Arrows, facing 2nd and 10. Caleb rolling out to his right, throwing on the money to EJ, complete for the first down at the 20s. Splits the defenders and picks up an extra 5 yards. He'll be down at the 14-yard line after a big gain in the UMMC first down.
Great throw right there, and they still even had pressure right there, and I think they forced Caleb into a throw a little bit earlier than he wanted to. But I like it. It's almost like a blessing in disguise because I like the throw down the field, but not the deep throw.
That's right.
Like
that's
the middle, the intermediate throw. I think Caleb can live in that area all night long if he wants to.
We are inside the red zone now with 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left side. Jeremy Mack takes the handoff, has to bounce it back inside. He will lose yards on this play. Loss of 2. Good penetration by the Germantown Mavericks.
Well, that puts us behind the chains on a 2nd down. We can get a first down again inside the 3.
Loss of 2 yards.
Or the 4, basically.
The ball is the 15-yard line where it'll be
6:15 left to play now in the third quarter.
Chopped off half of the third quarter already. It just, man, this is another one of those games, kind of like last week, where it's just kind of.
Hey fans, Snow Critters has a line forming for hot chocolate.
Shotgun
Just
formation.
A reminder, they have hot chocolate at Snow Critters tonight.
Caleb rolling out to his right, looking for EJ Mason. EJ double teamed. He just gets it out of his hands. That's going to be incomplete. Pressure in his face, forcing 3rd and long.
Man, 51, like Chris was talking about, that guy is a disaster to try to block. Xavier Harris, 6'6", 305, and Chris says that's a conservative estimate of the young man's size.
He's every bit of 6'6", that's for sure. So 3rd and long, not where you want to be if you're the Clinton Arrows. You are inside the red zone. The ball is spotted at the 16-yard line. Pistol formation. Caleb back to pass, looking to his left, throwing to his left, throwing to the back corner of the end zone, and that should be a flag. Multiple flags. We got 3 flags, two in the back. Excuse me, 1 in the backfield and 2 in the end zone. So we'll see what this is.
I'm gonna take a stab at pass interference.
I think we'd have pass interference and maybe a hold.
Maybe a hold, yeah.
They might offset.
They'll offset because you got this flag over here on the strong side.
Germantown might even had an argument that was uncatchable because he was out of bounds and it was thrown out of bounds. So
it will be holding and it will be pass interference. So those will offset and we will replay 3rd down.
We just got a bunch of smart football guys on our crew.
How about that, man?
You know, that's all we got.
It'll be 3rd and 12. The first down is going to be the 3-yard line. So that's what they need to get to keep this drive alive. Wouldn't mind getting in the end zone, but we'll take the first down. Shotgun formation. EJ wide to the left.
Take care of the ball, though, because we're in field goal.
That's going to be another flag, and so that's going to back us up another 5 yards on an illegal procedure.
You want to be aggressive on this 3rd down, right? But take care of the ball because we're in field goal range, and a field goal puts you ahead 7 because remember they missed their extra point. It was blocked.
That is correct.
And so, we're ahead 10-6. A field goal puts you at 13-6, and we got a touchdown advantage. So these 3 points in this field position, if we could stop shooting ourselves in the foot with these penalties, this field position is important because we can kick a field goal right here.
Arrows moving left to right on your listening device. Shotgun formation. Caleb rolling out to his left, pressure quickly getting in his face. He's got to get rid of it. Throws it high, and it will be out of bounds. Incomplete pass.
Again, they had a guy who instantly broke through the line.
That is Jacob Greenwood on the pressure. The senior defensive tackle goes 6'2", 255 pounds. And I mean, he was on Caleb in a hurry. So that brings up 4th down.
I think it's going to be exactly what we tried last time. This one's going to be sat down at the 27, so this will be a 37-yard kick. What was the last one, 36?
36, and this one is right down the pipe if Carson can get it done. Carson does put the boot to it, hooking to his left, and that one is good. Great kick by 30, consistent as always. So with 5:25 left to play in the third quarter, your score, Germantown 6, your Clinton Arrows 13. We'll take a quick commercial break, folks. You stay with us. We'll be back after this. This is Clinton Arrow football.
That was excellent.
You made a promise to your community, and Bank Plus stands beside you. It's a shared promise to lend a hand, to build, to work, to invest yourself, to make a difference. You made a promise, and so did we. To Mississippi,
box.
Robert Chapman is the most valuable. He's the most valuable. He's the WJ&T most valuable player tonight.
As Robert Chapman just came through in the clutch with burgers, and so you may not hear Jay White on this ensuing drive.
What?
Chris Collins just found out that his soul was snatched because we're all eating. Kick field cleanly by Germantown. And he breaks through the first wave of defenders, and he will go down at about the 30-31-yard line. So Germantown has decent starting position on their drive.
That was a great return, and he tackled our guy, basically. Who was that? That was Dylan Gray on the return for them.
To the 32-yard line.
All right, so now we're working with a touchdown lead.
On the kick, where it'll be good for
now in the second half, I mean, because we basically chewed off half the third quarter with that possession, right?
Sure.
So what do they do coming out of the locker room? Do they keep trying to throw? Because they had plays. They made plays, right? It's like a pitcher has a bunch of errors behind him.
Yeah.
What do you go and tell him when you go to the mound? Dude, you're throwing outs all over the place. You just got to keep doing what you do. Same thing with their quarterback. He keeps putting it in places where they can catch it. They keep dropping it. So do they stay doing the same thing?
They start off in the shotgun formation and go with the handoff, and that will be a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards by Trey McCullough, the junior running back.
Christopher Fowler on the
So, Chris, what do you got for them? Germantown in the second half.
I think they really need to try to get back and establish that run again, because the passing game's only there when it's a short, effective passing game for them. This scrambling out's just not getting it done.
Shotgun formation again by Germantown. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Colton back to pass, throwing to his right, and in and out of the hands of Ojavian Francis. That may be his 5th or 6th drop in this game.
And I mean, that one was right on the money. I mean, he hit him in the he had both of his hands out, running a slant to the inside. He was on the far side, running a slant to the inside. And Gardner put it right on the money. Could not have asked for a better throw.
That will bring up third down, 3rd and long. 8 yards is what they need for the first down. Trips to the right.
Got a man uncovered.
Quarterback back to pass, stepping up in the pocket. Nobody covered him. He's running for the first down. Loses his footing, but regains it and picks up the first down easily as he goes out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
That's about the 4th or 5th time we've seen that happen.
44-yard line.
Wondering if that's not by design.
Well, I think he was on 3rd and 8. I think he was looking for somebody, but he has the good wherewithal, to kind of, when he's not staring down a single receiver.
The happy feet wherewithal.
Yeah, to kind of look around, and if he sees a bunch of empty space in front of him, he'll take off. And he's got good speed. He's got really good speed for a quarterback.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line for Germantown. Handoff goes to Lewis around the left side. He cuts it back in, and he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play. Taken down by Dante Tripp and DeAndre Cabot.
Micah Gibbs, number 94, way out there.
And Dante Tripp.
How about that?
Arrows, gain of 1 yard on the play, 2nd down.
Not just putting pressure up the middle, but the big guy getting out there on the corner.
Tell old Chapman I'm going to remember that next time he calls me for rib advice.
Man, he's got protection up here, man.
Same set. Play action on this one. Gardner back to pass, avoids the rush. Scrambling to his left, looking for an open receiver, and throws, and again, in and out of the hands of a receiver.
Now, that one's a little bit on both of them. Tan will probably tell you he could have caught it, but that was behind him. And Gardner was throwing on the run right there and then stopped at the last minute and kind of threw across his body.
Tell you what, a Stickum sponsorship would go a long ways up here.
Taekwon Wade, the intended receiver on the play. So it'll bring up 3rd and long again. 9 yards needed for the first down. Trips right, shotgun formation. Gardner rolling to his right. Quick pressure from behind him. Eyes downfield, throwing it. And it is
interception.
Picked off there by the Clinton Arrows. I believe that's Dante Tripp on the pick. And there's your turnover.
4.
Yep, Dante Tripp on the pick. Huge play by the Clinton Arrow defense right there.
I had a feeling that was going to happen sooner or later. He stares down his primary receiver.
Great job of Dante Tripp reading the eyes of the quarterback and just stepping right in front of that receiver. Thank you very much. Clinton YMCA, by the way, your defensive turnover sponsor. 1st and 10, Trips to the right for the Clinton Arrows now. Direct snap, Caleb Miller trying to get around that right side, cuts it back inside, and he will lose yardage on that play, loss of 2 on first down.
Well, that was a design run for Caleb, but I think Caleb looked confused about what spot he had and where he was going almost right off the bat on that play.
3 minutes now, 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, with your Clinton Arrows leading the Germantown Mavericks 13-6 here in the city of Gluckstadt. Your arrows moving left to right on your radio dial or your listening device. Caleb back to pass again, throws a quick strike over to the left side to EJ, who jukes outside and picks up the first down. Back inside, trying to fight for more. That's a gain of about 17 yards on the play and a UMMC first down.
Wow, what a play. Man, EJ just so fast. So fast and athletic. Made a couple of jukes right there on that play. Ran out of a tackle. Germantown's going to take a timeout.
And we will take it with them. 2:34 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Clinton leads Germantown 13-6. Just stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow football.
Elite Physical Therapy wishes all the players a healthy and successful season. Elite is proud to serve the local community with multiple locations providing superior outpatient physical therapy and sports medicine services. Our centers specialize in post-op rehabilitation, manual therapy, concussion management, and orthopedics, providing patients convenient scheduling and access to care within 24 hours. If you suffered an injury, visit myelitept.com to find a center near you.
Arrows leading the Mavericks 13-6, 2:34 left to play in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for your Clinton Arrows. They go with trips to the right, shotgun set. Caleb waiting to take the snap. He does, looking to his right. Quick strike over to Jeremy Mack on a nice little slant, and he is very close. And in fact, a first down, another UMMC first down for the Clinton Arrows.
I like that.
This is tailor-made for Caleb.
Yeah, intermediate range throws. It's kind of almost you call it a short throw.
A little quick note.
But a throw where, we throw it quick enough where their pressure can't get to our quarterback, which has been a problem all night.
Same formation, trips to the right. Montavious Warren, the running back, switches over to the right side of Caleb in the shotgun set. They go with the option, and Caleb keeps it, and that's a horrible idea because John Lewis is there to literally throw him down for a loss of about 4 yards.
Well, that was going to be a disaster regardless of who took it.
2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and long coming up now.
Our offensive line is going to have a tough week of practice next week, I think. There's going to be a lot of video that they're probably not going to watch, or want to watch anyway.
Got an injured player limping off the field here for our Arrows. That's Chris McLaurin, the tight end. Trips left now for Clinton. Shotgun set. Caleb back to pass, looking to his left. This time he's going high for his man Michael Hughes, but just underthrew him.
Mack was wide open. running over the middle. He was wide open.
Defended by the Mavericks, Arrington Robinson.
But again, there was some pressure that forced Caleb to throw that ball before he had a chance to kind of look over the entire field, to canvas the entire area, and that caused him to miss the guy that was wide open.
So now that will bring up 3rd and long. The first down marker is at the 20-yard line. Ball is spotted at the 34.
By the way, if you're wondering what that is, on 3rd downs they call it the Maverick Stampede, and everybody kicks their feet.
Pistol formation.
Oh.
Arrows looking to draw him off sides. Nothing doing. Caleb pumps, throws it high. Got Michael Hughes. Hughes catches it. Touchdown, Arrows.
What a throw and what a catch.
He had enough time that time, guys.
Credit 18 for double pumping, giving Michael Hughes enough time to beat the secondary, and I mean he put that one on the money. Wow.
34.
Man, that was a great throw, but man, Hughes made an incredible catch. That was not an easy catch to make.
That touchdown brought to you by Live Oaks Golf Course, located at 11200 Highway 49 North in Jackson, as the extra point is up and good. And now we got a little breathing room. 1:26 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Clinton leads Germantown 20-6. We'll take a commercial break. You stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow Football.
3rd quarter play. Clinton Arrow 20, your Germantown Mavericks 6.
Hey, Mark Wilson, Wilson's Tire and Auto Service, home of the Yellow Bug, where we have the lowest price and the best warranty on Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. Free road hazard on most all tires. How can we do that? Been here at the same location 37 years, same man, low overhead. That's how we do it. We give you that free road hazard. Come see us at Wilson's Tire, home of the Yellow Bug, 310 Clinton Boulevard, 924-0012.
And let's just say this, man. On that drive, Caleb Miller was pretty impressive, man. So shout out to Elite Physical Therapy, located in the city at 703 Clinton Parkway, specializing in sports rehab, physical therapy, geriatric therapy, orthopedics, pre- and post-surgical rehab. Visit elite.urpt.com. Fielded cleanly by Francis at the 5-yard line for Germantown. Working out to his left, breaking one tackle, then another, fighting outside, got an angle, racing towards the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds just around the 35-yard line. Decent starting field position for Germantown.
Driven out of bounds.
Man, broke about 17 tackles. That's a good pickup.
Finally, Jamarie Briscoe finally tried to stop, I guess, what you would call just like bumping him, trying to tackle him with force, and actually used his arms, grabbed a hold of his jersey, and basically said, "You're not getting away from me."
Mavericks, first down.
20-6 Clinton with 1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter here.
They'll give Germantown the 34-yard line to start their drive. Trips right, shotgun formation. Gardner back to pass, looking to his right, batted down by DeAndre Cabot.
I think they've caught on to that, the situation where he's staring his receiver down. I think they've caught on to that. And also to Chris's point, Chris Collins, they may also see where, I mean, he is tipping throwing downs, basically. Now, they kind of give it away with their sets, but at the same time, he's telling you when he takes that little juke step.
Looking to his right again, throwing a strike, almost picked off again. Dante Tripp read him like a book and almost had his 2nd pick of the night. He is upset with himself because it hit him right in the chest. He couldn't believe he got there fast.
Hey Jay, I'll tell you another quick observation on those plays, those what have seemed to be busted passing plays where he's picked up big yardage by tucking and running.
Yeah.
When he takes the snap on those, that move it is to a side that he's going to run to.
Oh, very interesting.
So 3rd and 10, looking to his right again, double pumps. And he will be sacked that time. Oh my goodness, he was hit big time by Jabril Woodall, and I believe Chris Fowler came in to help clean it up, but give Jabril Woodall that sack, bringing up 4th down.
Jabril Woodall.
That's the best our defense has looked all night.
31-yard line. Brings up 4th
Best
down.
we've looked all night. Got a pass deflection at the line of scrimmage. We jumped a route. Should have been a pick, but regardless, it's a pass breakup. and then instant pressure. We run a guy out of the pocket and get a big hit on him from 2 different directions. Best, and we played good defense tonight.
That one's almost blocked. High punt, fielded clean. Nope. Bounced right into the hands of EJ at the 40. 45, steps right out of bounds, says, you know what? I'm lucky. Let me just get on out and start fresh.
I tell you what, other than that one long reception for the touchdown from Germantown, that long passing game has not been here tonight with these guys. And if we force them to be in that frame of mind, quarter, the remainder of this game, pretty good for our defense.
Well, the problem is that, I mean, and I make it, our defense looks good because we've only given up 6 points. But, I mean, our defense has been good in spaces, but they've dropped a ton of wide open, deep passes.
A little stick 'em in the
46-yard line of Clinton is where the Arrows will start their drive. Trips to the left, and we have a receiver ISO'd on the right side. It's Michael Hughes. Caleb throwing quickly over to E.J. Mason. E.J. cutting in and going back out, looking for space.
I love
it. A good crease, a late flag coming in, but as of now, E.J. picks up 7 yards on the play.
At the end of the third quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. We'll tell you what the flag is after the break, but for now, we'll take it with Clinton leading 20-6 over the Germantown Mavericks. Final round coming up after the break. This is Clinton Arrow football.
From everyone at Indian Lanes, way to go Arrows on that awesome field goal. After the game, let the fun continue with bowling, arcade games, billiards, and more. Be sure to book your next birthday party in the Inflatable Jump Zone. Indian Lanes, located at 815 East Northside Drive in Clinton, Mississippi. Let's win this, Arrows.
They called it a block in the back.
And as you heard Chris Collins give you the commentary, that's a block in the back against the Clinton Arrows, so that will back us up. What was initially a 7-yard pass reception by E.J. Mason has been backed up, and we will now have 1st and 15 from the 41-yard line. Trips right. Caleb Miller in the shotgun set. Clinton leading Germantown 20-6. Caleb rolling, throwing down the field. Decent coverage there on E.J. Mason. Credit that pass deflection to Arrington Robinson.
That's interesting. He throws.
The end of the third quarter of play.
He throws to Mason, who had double coverage, but Carson DeYoung was running down the seam wide open, but he wasn't looking back for the ball.
So fourth quarter right after this.
So we're going to stay here, even though the fourth quarter technically has not began, since there was a penalty on the play before we went to break. That was technically the last play of the third quarter. That incompletion right there to E.J. Mason. But we'll keep it here alongside Jay White and Chris Collins, my man Todd Muth and his son, the boy. We bring you greetings from Germantown High School as your Arrows lead Germantown 20-6.
Hey, was them burgers good?
Man, let me tell you, those burgers were all right, man. Shout out to Robert Chapman for taking care of the folks in the press box. You know, Real C. Collins, sometimes, man, it's the way the cookie crumbles, man, you know?
I mean, you're out there right next to the place anyway.
Yeah, you're out there right next to it. And
Robert Chapman used to be one of my favorite people.
Hey, you're right down there next to the concession stand, and we had a 26-minute halftime, so.
He's not wrong.
You got no excuses.
I was listening to Beethoven.
Well, that's a good excuse. I'll take it back.
So
we got Rush playing in the stadium.
We'll do 2nd and 15 now. Trips to the right. One running back in the backfield with Caleb. Caleb looking to his right. Quick strike over to E.J. E.J. fields it cleanly. Stiff arms a man. Down the field he goes. 50, 45, 40. And he's tripped up at the last minute. And I mean, he was beelining his way to the end zone.
What a shoestring tackle.
Man, he is so fast.
What did we talk about? He's running a bunch of little screens to E.J., right?
E.J. pushed out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Just a quick strike from Caleb to E.J. Mason, and you let the guy do the work. And, I mean, he put a mean stiff arm on the DB. And
they must be listening to us. Coaches are listening to the broadcast.
That's right. They should. It's a good broadcast.
Or maybe we're smart. We're catching on to what should be happening.
Arrows flip the side of the field.
I'll take that.
Trips to the left now. The handoff goes as a fumble, and Germantown recovers. Keeping their fight alive tonight after a turnover there just bad handoff there between, I believe that was Jeremy Mack and Caleb Miller.
Well, there was
5-5.
There was more of that pressure straight up the middle, and I mean they met it. They met both our guys at the handoff, so I mean that helped to blow it up.
So the momentum that the Clinton Arrows were building temporarily stalled out.
That's too bad because we were driving to go up 20 basically, and that was going to put the game away.
So a little bit of hope still left for the Germantown Mavericks with 11:18 left to play here in the fourth quarter.
That gives our defense a shot now. They're playing as good right now as they have all night. So let's see if they can continue in that mold.
All right, so here we go. Shotgun set. Gardner pump fakes. Throws it down the field. He's got a man. Just out of his reach. I mean, that was a nice throw there by Gardner. Pump fake. Had the defense bite.
Nice. The pump fake was nice.
And Taekwon Wade just could not reel that one in. It literally rolled off of his fingertips.
That's another one that they were, literally inches away from a 6-point play.
Yeah. If he caught that one, he's still running into the end zone.
I would never talk bad about other players or anything like that, but I'm going to tell you something. You give this kid a couple receivers, holy smokes.
Yeah.
He'll do it again. 2nd and 10, trips right. Gardner shotgun. Looking to his right. Throws a strike. It's batted up in the air and just over the head of Chase Moore.
I'm telling you, it's almost unfortunate for us that it was deflected at the line of scrimmage because both the receivers over there, the guys covering them, were jumping the route.
Yes, they were.
And so it's almost, it's some unfortunate misfortune for us at the line of scrimmage. That pass was batted up. Even that's a good play. You're not going to complain about any time one of those defensive linemen gets his paw and blocks that thing.
So that brings up 3rd down, same formation. Gardner back to pass, looking to his right, stepping up in the pocket, throwing to the sideline. Once again, a low high and over the hands of O'Javian Francis. 4th down.
Gardner's pass intended for Francis falls incomplete. 4th down.
Nice series defensively right there.
Couldn't see the angle on that one. Did that go through his hands or was that over his head?
It was high. It was high. He got it. He jumped up and kind of got close to it, but it was way high. And it was short of the 1st down anyway, so.
So the punt team is out for Germantown. Jeremy Mack and E.J. Mason back to field it.
I believe it's number 4, yeah. Be ready for cheer A after the play. We're going 5, 4, 3.
Decent punt there. Fielded cleanly by Jeremy Mack at the 32. Spinning out, runs into his own blocker, spins again, running to Mavericks. And he will lose yardage on the play. So we will start our drive at the 30-yard line.
Are they going to give him the 30?
Wow, they are going to give him the 30, yes. They were generous. They were generous on that. You're right.
He fought and fought and scrapped and scrapped.
Tell you, man, to have feet like Jeremy Mack, man, I'm telling you, that kid is truly talented. And he's got what I call those dancing machine feet where he can make you look silly out there. All right, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right side, the high side. Caleb takes a snap, rolling to his right. Throwing deep, has a man wide open. Carson DeYoung at the 50. Now he's at the 40, breaks the tackle, goes down at the 35-yard line. Great pickup there by the Clinton Arrows.
My guy Carson DeYoung down here lulling them to sleep. That was a beautiful catch and run.
He was running wide open on that one of the previous plays in that last possession. Boy, Gardner for Germantown has to see plays like that and just be disgusted because we've had a couple of guys make some great catches tonight.
All right, so another UMMC 1st down gives us 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Set flips, Caleb looking, Caleb scrambling. And Caleb will be sacked in the backfield for a loss of 3 on the play.
I like that. You take that sack, you lose a couple of yards, but you live to play another play, to chuck that ball and try to make something out of nothing, which we've seen some in the past. I tell you what, it's pretty fun to see the evolution of Caleb as a passer.
We go right back to this quick little screen again. Watch.
Devin Arrington is credited for the sack on that play, so that'll bring up 2nd and 12 now. 2nd and 12.
10:37 to go in the ball game. Starkville leads Madison Central 24-14. So it is looking bleak for the #1 team in the state.
Trips left. Caleb looking. Caleb throwing deep. Throwing it high, and he's picked off. He telegraphed that one. He's picked off by Quavius Thompson, and Quavius still
They
on the move at the 30, running out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Well, he picked that ball. There's a flag way late, too. He picked that ball off, and a bunch of our guys just kind of like, oh, well, that's over.
Caleb telegraphed that when he was trying to go back to Carson DeYoung down the seam, except that this time the safety did not bite, and he was over the top and was just waiting for that one to fall into his arm.
Well, he way overthrew that one. Well, hopefully you don't have like a face mask or a personal foul that tacks 15 on to this.
You might see a late hit here. I don't really understand this. It seemed like everybody's momentum was going to.
Ball is returned to the 33-yard line.
He intercepted that ball at the 2 or 3 and returned it basically 30 yards out to the 32.
You can see Judd hanging out next to the officials, and he is not happy with the discussion he's hearing thus far. Judd exchanging a couple of pleasantries there with the head referee, asking him what he's going to be doing for Halloween.
Start of the fourth quarter, South Panola leads Greenville 62-21.
Is that good?
Yeah, pink flag guy just tried to eject one of our coaches. This guy's awful happy with that thing.
That's not pink of him. Warren Central beat Murrah 12-0. That second half lasted about 20 minutes.
Judd with his hands on his knees right now, cannot believe the call. He is literally frozen at the 35-yard line.
And dead ball, personal foul against the Clinton Arrows. That's a Kincaid fine clothing yellow hanky.
So they're going to add 15 more yards to that one.
You just call that a yellow hanky.
Ball be spotted at the 40.
They're going to start their drive on the 48-yard line. 48-yard line of Germantown coming up here.
Well, it basically makes that almost a 50-yard return on that pick.
Shotgun set, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gardner pump fakes, throws it, has a man. What a catch. What a catch there by DeQuante Peoples. Just pulled that one right off the head of the defender. And that's another first down for Germantown.
We talked about how many balls they've dropped. That was a great catch.
That was a good catch.
DeQuante Peoples.
Approaching the 9-minute mark now, and
Peoples is a senior, runs 6'3", 210. So you think he's the guy's got to step up for these guys, right?
Germantown is quickly approaching the red zone. They're at the 31-yard line now, excuse me, the 32-yard line. Same set. Gardner back to pass again, looking to his right, stepping up in the pocket, avoiding pressure, throws on the run. This time connects with the receiver on the run, and he will pick up the first down and more. Picking up a gain of about 15 yards. That's Tyquan Wade on the crossing route, picking up a first down.
Well, they got to move in a hurry. We're under 9 minutes now. They're down a couple of scores.
Good for a 15-yard pickup and a Henderman Brothers Maverick first down.
Inside the red zone now, the Germantown Mavericks are. 17-yard line, 1st and 10.
Let's see, we got a time. I think Clinton's calling timeout.
And we will take it with them, a Fuzzy Taco Shop timeout. So stay with us, folks. 20-6 is your score. Clinton leading Germantown. This is Clinton Arrow football.
For taco fans in need of a fix, Fuzzy's Taco Shop fires up some of the freshest flavors faster than you can say, for real? Our patio is the perfect place to post up, pour a pint, pique your appetite, or powwow with your pals post 9 to 5. Our frozen margaritas are rockin', nachos, top-notchin', and the best part, we can cater your party's every need. Order our tacos at Fajita Bar with our famous chips and queso. Stop by your local Clinton Fuzzy's Taco Shop today on the Parkway.
Your Clinton Arrows leading the Germantown Mavericks 20-6. And we thank you for joining us alongside Chris Collins, Jay White. I am Ray Coleman, and we're having a good time. Pretty good matchup here, too, as Germantown is inside the red zone and threatening 1st and 10 for the home team. Shotgun set for Germantown. Gardner hands it off this time to his running back, who breaks one tackle at the 10 and going out at about the 5-yard line. That is Fred McAfee on the carry, picking up another first down. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Germantown Mavericks.
Well, we almost had him in the backfield right there.
10 yards down to the 7-yard line, where it will be 1st down.
1st and goal.
1st and goal.
To go for the Mavericks.
And they have Done this fairly quickly as well, Jay White. Did not much time off the clock on this drive here for Germantown. Receiver goes in motion, left to right.
Well, their guy flinched.
And we got some happy feet on the old line there, so that'll back them up 5 yards.
False start on the
Left
offense.
guard.
5-yard penalty. Remains first
Well,
down.
that's a drill killer right there. They got a bunch of positive momentum moving forward, and then you get a little flinch like that. It just kills the drill.
They'll do it again, 1st and 10 this time outside the 10-yard line.
Well, now you're basically 1st and 13 because you're.
Receiver goes in motion left to right.
Pass.
Gardner back to pass, bobbles the snap, throws it high, fade route, and in and out of the hands of DeQuante Peoples. Great throw there by Colton Gardner.
That's another 6-point throw that they just dropped.
I'm telling you,
It's the same guy that just made the spectacular catch just a minute ago.
In the pregame show, we read off this young man's stats and we couldn't understand the 48%. I get it now, and I'm going to tell you it's not on 18. This kid can spin it.
Well, he's not perfect.
No.
He's sailed some balls on some open receivers.
Well,
but
sir,
I mean,
that one was on the money.
Even if he got it to him, there's no guarantee he was going to have a catch anyway.
2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. Shotgun set. Handoff goes to McAfee. McAfee dances, and this time he will be brought down for a loss. As soon as the referee blows that whistle, that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, so it'll be 3rd and goal from the 15.
That was Thompson on the scene right there.
By Christopher Fowler.
They could have got us on a face mask right there at the end. I'm glad they didn't.
The loss of 3 on the play brings up 3rd down, goal to go from the
So that loss of 3 puts it at the 15-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up. Let's see what the Arrow defense dials up. Will they come with pressure or will they sit back and react? Gardner in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Dropping back to pass. Pressure coming from his right and his left. Spins out of it. Looking to throw again. Breaks free. Has time. Throwing. Throw it high and over the defender's head. And that will bring up 4th down.
Ooh, mercy.
Wow. That man's asking for a flag down here with a ball that flew out of the back of the end zone.
How 18 escaped that one, I don't know. He had pressure on his front and backside and somehow was able to magically step up and give himself one more opportunity. So it's 4th and goal from the 15.
Well, you're down 2 scores, so a 3 really doesn't do you anything right here, right? So you got to go for it.
And the Mavericks will go for it. Shotgun set, same formation as before. Gardner in the shotgun.
This is where our 3-4 can come into advantage because he drops.
Back to pass, looking to his right, now looking to his left.
Oh, one guy just got dragged to the ground.
Breaking
How
free.
is that not a hold?
Looking again, about to let it go, lets it fly, and it will be caught for a touchdown.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that.
The Germantown offensive lineman literally did a WWE move on one of our defensive linemen, and right in front of an official, mind you.
I can't believe that.
And nothing happened except for a touchdown by the Germantown Mavericks.
David Tim, Shelter Insurance, touchdown.
And they got a sponsor for everything.
Dylan Watson attempting the extra point.
That extra point was important because they botched one earlier. They got that one through, and that keeps them within a touchdown and an extra point, so that's a big deal.
All right, so 7:08 to play in the 4th quarter. Germantown trails your Clinton Arrows 20-13. We'll take a quick commercial break. Stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow football.
So you've injured your shoulder or your knee? And of course, you want the best care and the best doctor available. The doctor on the left treats shoulders and knees and ankles and hands, while the Mississippi sports medicine doctor on the right specializes in one body area and one area only, treating thousands of patients a year. Trust your medical care to one of our true specialists. Mississippi Sports Medicine. We specialize for you.
Open 7 days a week. You can order by calling 601-488-4937, or you can order online at fuzzytacoshop.com. Onside kick coming here very high and fielded cleanly by the quarterback, Caleb Miller.
Onside onside kick is down.
And that's the benefit of them running that pooch kickoff every time, because you know your kicker lines up the same way as you do an onside kick, and so.
Man, you wanted to throw that flag all
They'll
night.
take over at their own 41-yard line. First down arrows.
Jay White giving us a little extra on the sideline there. We're going to turn them down until.
That's not me. Giving them the business.
Yeah, giving them the business down there. We're going to turn it down. Let them finish that. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right side. See what the arrows dial up here from the 40-yard line. Handoff goes to Jeremy Mack. Jeremy may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Jeremy Mack,
You know what I think would work right here? Kind of like a slip screen to the running back.
I like that.
Because they're like an ocean wave crashing through our offensive line all night. Should let him slip right through there, 2 or 3 yards behind in front of the line of scrimmage. Let Caleb chuck it right over. Their guys are doing jumping jacks. They're all hype.
Well, the momentum has shifted a bit here at Germantown High School after that touchdown on 4th and goal from the 15. So we got 2nd and 10 now for our arrows from the 41-yard line. Caleb looking for a quick strike and throws it far right away from E.J. Mason, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
You know, we ran 2 screens to E.J. in the last couple of possessions, and they both worked excellently.
Yeah.
And then we kind of went away from that. We hadn't done that in this possession, so. We tried a little slant right there, so we tried to get it to E.J. early in the route. But Caleb threw that behind him.
All right, so 6:19 to play here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 10 coming up from the 41-yard line. Lone receiver is E.J. Mason. 2 running backs in the backfield with Caleb. Caleb rolling out to his right, looking for an open man. Going deep to E.J. E.J.'s got a man beat, and it is in and out of his hands. He had E.J. deep. He also had Michael Hughes open in the intermediate route, and he chose to go to E.J., but no dice. 4th and 10 coming up.
They just didn't meet up on that one. Caleb laid it out there perfectly for him. Just couldn't quite. Caleb may have put it a little bit too far into the middle of the field, but that was a beautiful looking throw.
My man 3's got to move to the inside and catch that ball.
Yeah.
Punt team out now for Clinton. Robin Gray. Good snap. Low punt. We got distance right into the hands of Watts, but he decides to fair catch. Jared Wade. He decides to fair catch it at the 25-yard line.
He had
fair catch by Jared Wade.
He had plenty of room if he wanted it.
All right, so just a quick reset for you all. We're in the 4th quarter, 6:03 to play. Clinton leads Germantown 20-13. Germantown's about to come out and start their drive on the 25-yard line. They'll be moving left to right on your listening or viewing device.
Driving to tie the game here.
Germantown has trailed the entire game. Colton Gardner brings out his crew. He has 3 receivers out on the field with him, a tight end and a running back. 3-4-D for Clinton.
How's that not a false start?
Left. Scrambling, looking for more. And this time he will be sacked by Lintrell, rushing for a huge loss. And there's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
I think the flag will be a block in the back or a hold, something right there. I don't know. I would take that penalty, because if it's a spot foul, it's like 9,000 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Right? If that's a spot foul, you take the flag and don't take the sack.
I'm going to take that down just because they've had a couple successful long throws downfield at this point.
That's true. So yeah, you can take the sack.
Holding the call.
And it's, 2nd and 20 basically.
So they will decline that penalty and just go with the sack. That was a loss of 10 on the play. So now we have 2nd and 20. 2nd and 20 coming up here for Germantown.
That's a big, big play right there.
And the clock begins to pick back up. So we're under 6 minutes now here in the final quarter. 2 receivers.
They got a receiver
to the right
doesn't know
side.
where he's going.
And that's Francis, who was a bit confused on what side he should be on. This time he motions to the left. So 2 receivers to the left now, 1 to the right. Colton Gardner takes a snap. Looking deep. Throwing deep over the middle, and it's short. Good coverage there by the Arrows, but short to the receiver anyway.
That play was falling apart before it started. He mishandled that snap really bad.
So we got 3rd and 20 now from the 15-yard line.
Instead of 2nd and 25.
Clinton coming out with 3 deep safeties, and they're all going to be lined up right at the first down marker, which is the 35-yard line. Trips to the right. 3-man rush. Gardner rolling out to his right. Looking for one.
Oh, my God.
Can't feel it, and he was destroyed.
Holy smokes.
Absolutely destroyed by Omari Roberts. He never felt the pressure. Thought he had all day long, and right when he was about to let it loose, Omari Roberts baptized him. Incomplete pass, 4th down coming.
My goodness, that was almost like a death right there. I can't believe he didn't hear him coming.
9-yard line.
You got to feel Omari Roberts coming. I mean, that's a big man.
Anybody want to see a dead man?
Like I said, the Arrows have him listed at 6'1", 225. You can ask any one of us who's seen him in person. That is not true.
Goodness.
So the punt team comes out. Fielded cleanly, rugby-style punt, high punt, plenty of hang time on that one. Jeremy Mack calls for a fair catch, makes it happen inside the 45-yard line. Great starting field position, positive side of the field for the Arrows.
All right, we got to reestablish a little screenplay right here because our inside run game is non-existent. Let's see if we go back to that right here, guys.
Screenplay, or just, you know, I would love to see us run a toss sweep.
It was effective the time we ran it.
Yeah, just run a toss sweep with Jeremy Mack to the outside. Let him get out in space. You know, or I'd love to see, again, I'd love to see a little slip screen to a tailback. Jeremy Mack again.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of Germantown. So we're on the positive side of the field. Pistol formation with a power field to it. Michael Hughes goes in motion. Handoff goes to Michael Hughes around the right side. Cuts it back up, and he will pick up good yardage on 1st down.
Real close to a 1st down right there.
That's a beautiful play right there, especially because you didn't get your 1st down. So you let a bunch of this clock run out. You get another play before you move the chains again.
Please don't be silly and do the body up there.
2nd and 2 is a lot nicer than 2nd and 10 or 9.
2nd down, 2 yards to gain. The ball is
Arrows taking their time, letting that clock milk down just a little bit. 4:40 and counting.
Especially you get this 1st down, you get 3 more plays to milk this clock right here.
4:35 and counting now in the 4th quarter. Handoff goes to Montavious Warren, I believe that is.
Beautiful.
I believe he's going to be a little short.
Very close to the 1st down marker.
He got it. But no, you're right. They're going to mark him about
a yard short.
About a half foot short.
So that'll bring up 3rd down, but the clock continues.
It's all right. Yeah, it's more time we get to run up the clock. They got to.
I'd almost measure that.
They got to consider. Well, I don't know if you want to stop the clock.
1st down is going to be the 35-yard line, and we are literally watching the nose of the football be inches away from it.
They gotta think about timeouts when they want to start working those in. It's not yet, but
3rd down upcoming. Caleb's just going to push forward, and he will easily pick up that 1st down. Brought to you by UMMC. Fresh set of downs, and once they reset the chains, the clock will start again.
Needed an inch and picked up 2 yards. That's a nice play right there.
2 on the play. Good for the Clinton Arrow 1st down. Spot of the ball is the 33-yard line.
Arrows huddling up. You see Caleb giving them the play, but saying, hey, let's take our time with it. We're going to milk it for all it's worth. 15 seconds left on the play clock. 3:15 left on the game clock. E.J. Mason wide to the right. Michael Hughes goes into motion. The handoff goes to Montavious Warren. Met at the line of scrimmage, and he will lose a yard on the play.
Right here.
Warren
not calling it.
Well, why are we not calling timeouts over there, guys?
I don't know.
Clock ticking. Under 3 minutes now, with Clinton leading Germantown 20-13. Caleb once again taking his time. In fact, got so much time he just walked right over to the numbers to get that play. We're in no rush. Jogging back over to the huddle now.
I guess maybe you let this one run, then you use your 2 timeouts on your second and third down stop, and then it leaves you a timeout on your offensive drive. So a little strategy.
Power set coming here. Caleb under center. Michael Hughes around the left side now, reaching for the edge. Barely breaks it, but John Lewis there to grab him by the jersey and pull him down for a loss of 5 on the play. And that will prompt the timeout for Germantown. So we'll take that Fuzzy Taco Shop timeout with them with 2:15 left to play. Stay with us, folks. You are watching and listening to Clinton Arrow Football.
First United Methodist Church supports the Clinton Arrows in all their sporting and academic endeavors. We support our schools in the belief that education increases the quality of life for us all. Clinton First United Methodist offers opportunities on Sunday morning for us to gather at 10 o'clock. We invite you to come and visit with us on Highway 80. We have a place for you, and all that's left to do is for you to put your name on it. We believe once you visit, you'll find a place for yourself in this community. I'm John Moore, lead pastor for Clinton First United Methodist Church, inviting you to help us make Clinton a better place.
For taco fans in need of a fix, Fuzzy's Taco Shop fires up some of the
Interstate Battery, Brown Bottling Company.
First United Methodist Church supports the Clinton Arrows in all their sporting and academic endeavors. We support our schools in the belief that education increases the quality of life for us all. Clinton First United Methodist offers opportunities on Sunday morning for us to gather at 10 o'clock. We invite you to come and visit with us on Highway 80. We have a place for you, and all that's left to do is for you to put your name on it. We believe once you visit, you'll find a place for yourself in this community. I'm John Moore, lead pastor for Clinton First United Methodist Church, inviting you to help us make Clinton a better place.
7-13 your score. Clinton leading the Germantown Mavericks with 2:03 left to play in the game. Big touchdown pass there from Caleb Miller to Montavious
That'll
Warren,
do it.
man.
That's a winner right there. Unless the wheels fall off
Francis
somehow or
fields
another.
this one. He's at the 20, out to the right side, bouncing back inside, and that'll be about it. He'll get to the 25, and with 1:53 left to play, that's where Germantown will start their drive.
George County tonight has beaten Pearl 21-14. That's a bit of an upset, although George County has come back this year with a really good team.
Yeah.
But that might throw a little chaos down into that Region 3, because I don't know if you've looked the last couple of weeks, but Petal beat both Brandon and Pearl.
Yeah, that's
Is
right.
running back
That's
still
right.
out at Pearl?
That's right.
I think so. Somebody is upset down there. He wants something to get in line. You keep your head on a swivel down there, Chris.
First and 10 from the 25. Gardner back to pass, looking to his left, connects with the short pass to his receiver.
Well, we'll let them do that all day. We're kind of
Gain
running
of
a
about
3-5
on the play.
Kind of like a
3-3-5, you say?
Yeah, kind of like a 3-3-5.
Gain of 4 yards on the play.
Gain of 4, but most importantly for us, the clock is still ticking. No huddle, hurry up offense for the Mavericks. Gardner looking to his left, rolling to his left. Looking for anybody to get it to and just throws it out of bounds. Clock stops, and it will be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 coming up.
Jabril Woodall with great pressure.
As we welcome the Madison Central Jaguars to the Mavericks confines. That'll be November 1st.
It is interesting
right
that Madison and Germantown are now in the same region.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because, you know, for years and years and years, Bobby Hall wouldn't play anybody from Madison County, any other school.
As Gardner throws here on 3rd down, connects with his receiver for the first down.
Gardner's pass complete to number 13.
That's the Quante Peoples on the reception. Clock will stop temporarily as the chains reset.
All right, we got a final. Starkville has defeated Madison Central 24-21.
There you go.
Warren Central beat Murrah 12-0.
Gardner back to pass again,
drop.
in and out of the hands of Taekwon Wade.
Gardner's pass falls incomplete.
Hit him in the hands, breadbasket, then the turf.
Wade. 2nd down.
Minute 2 to go. Looking at a 2nd and 10. Germantown out at the 40.
Throwing deep to the left side.
Incomplete.
Incomplete, intended for Ojavian Francis.
Pass intended for
So Starkville is 4-0. They're in first now with the win. Madison falls to 3-1. South Panola improves to 3-1.
That's right.
Warren Central improves to 3-1. We are going to move up to 2-2. Greenville falls to 1-3, and Murrah and Germantown will be each 0-4.
We'll talk about what the showdown next week means between Clinton and Warren Central in the postgame show brought to you by Clinton Refrigeration. That pass complete to Jared Wade, but once again he's taken down inbounds by Chris Fowler, and that will keep the clock going until Germantown uses another timeout. They got 43 seconds left to play in this one as they take, I believe, their final timeout of the night.
It's fun when people have gigantic, beautiful scoreboards and then don't use them.
What Jay White means by that is if you look on the scoreboard here at Germantown High School, it shows that both the visitor and the Mavericks have 3 timeouts apiece.
There's other schools that do that too.
Is that right?
But I don't know, why'd you spend $19 million on a scoreboard and then no one does the stats on it?
19.
And if you're not going to keep the timeouts, put a 0 next to both of them for the whole game.
Or just leave it blank.
Right.
I like it.
And it's 1st and 10.
Hey,
all night long.
I'm on your side,
I
baby.
like that. Should be a t-shirt. In my life, buddy, it's 1st and 10 all
night long.
It's 1st and 10 all night.
It is not 1st and 10. It's 4th and 6. They need to get to midfield for the first down. Gardner back to pass, looking to his left, throwing to his left, and that one will be caught.
I want to see him throw to 94.
And Francis steps out of bounds after picking up the first down.
Ray, I want to see him throw to the Thunderback, Montario Walker, number 94.
Number 94 indeed.
He is 5'10", 235.
No way he's just 235.
Right.
285
I need
perhaps.
a Thunderback catch. They should call him a Thundercat. That's what they should call him. It should be a Thundercat.
37 seconds left to play. Gardner back to pass.
Oh, my gosh.
Stepping up, throwing left. Connects with his receiver, Peoples, for another first down. Actually, they're going to say he's a half-yard short.
Gardner's pass.
Thundercat did some holding on that play, but that's not a penalty tonight. Evidently, holding is not part of the plan.
Yeah. Only when it's Clinton do you call holding.
2nd down, inches to go.
Wrestling moves are allowed. Second and half a yard, 30 seconds to play. Gardner rolling to his right, avoiding pressure. Still avoiding pressure. And picks up some additional yardage. It was almost as if he thought about throwing it so he didn't want to pass the line of scrimmage. He realized he was far behind it.
Who steps out of bounds.
Although he stepped out of bounds and lost 3 yards.
We had some guys up here say that on that second touchdown pass they threw, the one where the guy got dragged to the ground.
Sure.
That he was past the line of scrimmage on top of that. So
no doubt.
2 penalties that they missed on that play.
With 21 seconds remaining in the contest.
Ooh, MRA leads Prep 34-14 in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Might have an MAIS championship game without Prep or JA.
3rd and 2. Quick strike over to Francis. Francis does catch this one, goes out of bounds, and picks up the first down in the process.
Who steps out of the
Ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line.
Good for a Hedderman Brothers Maverick first down.
It's a production, man. There's a lot that goes into that. He's going to sleep well tonight.
17 seconds left to play now, as the Arrows are about to pick up their 2nd regional win of the season.
Almost jumped the route again.
Almost
Got
jumped the route there.
Anyway.
That was Jamarie Briscoe on the pass deflection. Reading that pretty well. 5 seconds rolling off the clock there, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, my boy loves to load it up, though, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I guarantee you this young man plays baseball here for Germantown.
He does. I looked it up. He plays on the baseball team.
Yeah. Gardner looking to his right, steps up in the pocket, connects again. This time with Wade. Peoples again.
First down yardage.
That's enough for a first down.
A shot to go to the end zone right here. Don't give up points right here.
6 seconds left in this one.
27-13 looks way better in the newspaper than 27-20. And on Twitter and on Blitz 16.
Oh,
hello.
It's
a callback.
It is a callback. 6 seconds left to play in this one. Enough time for perhaps one more play. You got 3 safeties lined up on the goal line for Clinton, trying to keep those guys out. Gardner looking to his right, throwing high, and this one is going to be picked off by Jeremy Mack.
There we go.
And that will be the final
adds
play
to my boy's
of
stats.
the game.
If you thought he wasn't the WJ&T player of the game, let me get a pick on this last play. A pick, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown run catch.
So that is it, folks. Listen, your final score here at Germantown High School: Mavericks 13, your Clinton Arrows 27. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to go into the Clinton Refrigeration post-game show, and you'll hear from head coach Judd Boswell on this victory. Stay with us, folks. This is Clinton Arrow Football.
So you've injured your shoulder or your knee? And of course, you want the best care and the best doctor available. The doctor on the left treats shoulders and knees and ankles and hands, while the Mississippi sports medicine doctor on the right specializes in one body area and one area only, treating thousands of patients a year. Trust your medical care to one of our true specialists. Mississippi Sports Medicine. We specialize for you.
From everyone at Indian Lanes, way to go Arrows on that awesome field goal. After the game, let the fun continue with bowling, arcade games, billiards, and more. Be sure to book your next birthday party in the Inflatable Jump Zone. Indian Lanes, located at 815 East Northside Drive in Clinton, Mississippi. Let's win this, Arrows.
In Region 2 6A play, and it's their 4th win of the season. Good way to close it out there if you're the Clinton Arrows, making it happen and getting a good win on the road as you look ahead. Clinton Refrigeration post-game show. If you're having any issues with your air conditioner or refrigeration appliance, be sure to give our friends at Clinton Refrigeration a call at 601-924-5676, located on 1227 Spring Ridge Road in Clinton. Trying to see if I can find Chris Collins on the sideline, see if he was standing next to Coach Boswell.
Just like that Murrah game last week, right? Took care of what you needed to take care of today.
That's right.
Got the job done. Hopefully didn't get too many people, banged up or hurt or anything like that. It would be awesome to have Jacoby McLaurin back next week for the big game against Warren Central. I think you asked me how their schedule finishes out.
Yes, sir.
Because they're 3-1, right?
That's right.
And so you're thinking that it's going to be Clinton and Warren Central for the 4th spot. The winner goes 4-3. The loser goes 3-4.
Yes,
the winner is the 4. The loser is the 5. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser is the first out, which is what happened last year.
That's right.
We were the team that lost in overtime because of a terrible two-point conversion call by referees that ruined a whole season for a team. And that's neither here nor there. I guess it's there rather than here. And we were the 3-4 team. Warren Central, who's 3-1 now, goes to Clinton next week. Then they have Starkville at home, and then they're at South Panola. So they're 3-1, but they've been front-loaded with the lesser teams in the region.
Sure.
So that's part of that. So it's right in front of them, though. They control their own destiny, I suppose you could say. But that's the 3 games for them as they end the season.
And for the Clinton Arrows, their last 3 at home versus Warren Central. That will be a huge matchup next week to kind of decide who gets in that driver's seat, if you will. And after that, we go to Starkville, and then we'll close out the season at, as Jay White likes to say, Granville. And so we have some tough matchups coming up on both sides for both the Warren Central Vikings and the Clinton Arrows. But, hey, they get to mix it up next week in a rivalry game. And for, considering a tiebreaker, the 4th spot and the driver's seat as you're looking ahead to the postseason.
Starkville, by the way, after beating Madison Central tonight, they're undefeated. They go to Murrah. They'll be in Jackson next week, but then they go at Warren Central and Clinton at home. That's not easy back-to-back games to finish for them, and for them having not lost yet in region play. That it gets harder and harder to tuck that undefeated record around as you go through the season, especially when you're playing other teams that have done the math, kind of like we're doing. And you assume, right? Warren Central and Clinton are assumed to lose that game to Starkville.
Sure.
And so you can go into that game kind of with nothing to lose, right? And that makes a difference. Anyway, I know you got some stats. So
I do have some stats for you, man. And we may have to rethink our player of the game.
No, stop.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just telling you.
I'm already there. You always make fun of me because I'm
just telling you what you're gonna see here. All right. 73 yards rushing for the Clinton Arrows. So that should tell you something right there, because we normally average, about 185 rushing yards a game. 73 rushing yards. Your leading rusher, Jeremy Mack, 13 carries for 30 yards. The next leading rusher, Montavious Warren, has 6 carries for 20 yards. Chipping in the rest of the way, Jacoby Calvin with 6 yards. Caleb Miller, the quarterback, with 9 yards. Michael Hughes with 10 yards. And I believe we have the winning coach from tonight's matchup, head coach Judd Boswell, hanging out with Chris Collins. Go ahead, Chris.
Coach Boswell, a region road win is always a big win. How'd you feel about tonight's game, sir?
I feel really good about it because, you can sit out there and look. Those guys were bigger than us. They were stronger than us. They were older than us. And our kids found a way to put up 27 points and hold them to 13. So very excited for our kids. I told them that just a while ago. It's the first time I've had fun in a long time because this is a big win. Knew they'd play us tough, and job well done by our boys.
We kind of broke out of our normal mode of run first all the time and got in a little screen game there late. Are we going to be able to patch that offensive line back together the way we need to for a big road game next week?
Just as long as they don't look like these guys that we just played. That guy was like 7'9" and
with a club on his arm.
Oh, my goodness. That may be one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen. And they were really great up front. Those defensive linemen are something else, and that's probably some of the best defensive linemen we'll see all year long.
Your team did a good job in adjusting to something a little out of their norm to pull that one through, Coach. You should be proud of your guys.
I'm very proud. I'm proud of them for throwing it and catching it and giving them enough time because there was nothing in between the tackles, so we had to do something different, and our kids did a really good job of executing it.
Coach, would you tell my buddy Beaver hello?
Beaves, what's up, man? Love listening to you.
Go Arrows.
Go Arrows, son.
There it is. Judd Boswell and Chris Collins giving you the real, man. Absolutely a good win here on the road here at Germantown. The
Clinton Arrows, son.
The Clinton Arrows defeating the Germantown Mavericks 27.
That should be a T-shirt.
13.
Go Arrows,
Jay White,
son.
here's why I said, man, you may have some competition for player of the game. Would you like to hear the passing stats?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So Caleb Miller was 9 of 21. All right, for 235 yards.
How about that? It's got to be a career high, right?
235 yards and 3 touchdowns, sir.
Yeah, that's nice.
3 touchdowns. That's not bad at all.
Nah.
On the receiving end, his leading receiver, of course, E.J. Mason, 99 yards receiving on 5 catches. Michael Hughes, 34 yards. Carson DeYoung, 34 yards. Jeremy Mack, 30 yards. And Montavious Warren, 38 yards, and that dagger touchdown at the end of the game. Big play there by Caleb Miller and Montavious Warren. Tackles. DeAndre Cavett had a tackle. Omari Roberts had a tackle. Robin Gray had 3 tackles. Antonio Thompson had 6 tackles. 6 tackles also for Dante Tripp.
He had a really good night. He was around the ball all night.
Dante Tripp also had a pick
on
the play, right? So Dante Tripp had 6 tackles on a pick. Chase Moore had 3 tackles. Tyreek Carr had a tackle. Jeremy Mack had 3 tackles. 91, Jabril Woodall had a tackle. Jamaria Briscoe had 3 tackles. Chris Fowler, 3 tackles. Lentrell Rushing with 2 tackles. Those are your stats for tonight's game. So I ask you again, Jay White, not to put any pressure on you, your WJNT player of the game, which is brought to you by Clinton Printwear, which is located, by the way, at 410 Monroe Street in Clinton. Go check them out because they can do it all, man. Screen printing, trophy, awards, engraving, graphic design, you name it. Our friends at Clinton Printwear can get it done.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Number 2, Jeremy Mack.
Number 2, Jeremy Mack is who he goes with. So we're going to have a little dissension. We'll figure it out for the actual trophy presentation, if you will. Chris Collins, who you got for your player of the game, sir?
Well, Pink Flag guy had about 200 yards throwing too, but I'm going to go with Jeremy Mack.
Jeremy Mack, there it is. Man, I'm going to go Caleb Miller, but since I'm outruled, Jeremy Mack is your player of the game.
Why you got to be like that?
Well, that's what I do.
Why you got to be like that?
I just want to be like you for a change, man. All right, so next week as we look ahead, we'll be back at home next week for the rivalry that is Clinton and Warren Central. It should be a good one because both schools, teams, communities will know what is on the line as we look ahead to postseason play. Jay White, closing thoughts.
Good win tonight. Got done what you needed to get done. Would have liked to capitalize on more in the first half, but defense did what they need to do, and I like what Coach Boswell said there in that post-game interview with Chris about not having anything up the middle, so they had to adjust. And adjust they did, and they did it right. And they got out of here with a win and took care of the business that they needed to take care of. This could have easily been what they call those trap games, on the road. And I talked about how Germantown had to be looking at Clinton as one of those that they could just jump up and snatch if they played a perfect type game. And Clinton took care of their business tonight. So in the end, maybe the score isn't as pretty as you wanted it to be. Maybe the stats aren't as wowing as you want them to be, but in the end, it's a win in the win column, and we take care of business, and we keep ourselves in line for that big game with Warren Central that essentially will be, for all intents and purposes, for the number 4 spot in the region.
You heard him. I totally agree with them, folks. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, whether on the radio or our live stream. We want to say thank you as always. So, look, for Robert Chapman, all right, for Todd Booth and his son, Austin.
I told you, he's the WJNT player of the game.
He is. He is the WJNT, and he's the player of the week for that one, by the way.
That's right.
So let's give a shout-out to Robert Chapman and his crew, Todd DeMuth and his son, Statman hanging out with us tonight as well. Chris Collins on the sideline, my man always, Jay White, the infamous one. I am merely Ray Coleman hanging out with these clowns, folks. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. God willing, we will see you next week. This has been Clinton